Welcome to another edition of Football Fridays in Georgia here on Georgia Public Broadcasting. Tonight, it's the quarterfinals of the GHSA tournament. We are in Houston, Georgia, where the undefeated 12-0 Hawks of Mill Creek will take on the 11-1 Tigers of Archer. The winner earns a ticket to the semifinals.
This week, Coach Jarvis said that his team has learned a lot since last season, specifically how to pull it together in a close game. And fortunately for Mill Creek, they haven't had to deal with that too much this season. But even though this is the first meeting between these two teams, there's a lot of history between the two head coaches, and they know each other better than you think.
I'm Tucker head football coach Brian Lamar. Coming up in a few moments, we'll have your keys to the game.
All right, Coach, and coming up in our College Football Hall of Fame recruiting roundup, we'll take a look at Archer wide receiver Kyle Davis, #1 ranked wide receiver in the country. On Wednesday, he committed to the Auburn Tigers.
So it's the Mill Creek Hawks taking on the Archer Tigers. The winner gets a ticket to the Final Four in Class 6A. The All Access Pass pregame show kicks off next, live on GPB. You are looking live at Markham Field at Mill Creek Community Stadium, where tonight it's a GHSA quarterfinal matchup between the 11-1 Archer Tigers and the undefeated 12-0 Mill Creek Hawks. This is the first meeting between these two schools whose coaches are best friends. Archer coach Andy Dyer is the only coach the Tigers have ever had, building the program from the foundation up starting in 2009. Likewise, Mill Creek coach Shannon Jarvis is the only coach the Hawks have ever had in the 9 years that school has been around. It's a unique situation, but only one of these teams will advance to the GHSA semifinal round next week. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to GPB's All Access Pass pregame show. This is going to be a terrific game between two schools that are just 21 miles apart. I'm Mark Harbin.
And I'm Jackie Britton. And last season, the Mill Creek Hawks finished with a 7-4 record, and now you know they're sitting pretty at 12-0. And so far this year, they've had 5 shutouts, 8 defensive touchdowns, and Coach Jarvis says the reason for that success is they've been playing more collectively as a team. They've been bonding. There's not one player on offense or defense who's doing all the work. That's what's gotten them this far. Now, before we get into the game, let's talk a little social media and talk about, Black Friday. Man, we've got a bargain for you. It's our GPB Sports app. It's completely free. If you go to the App Store, you type in GPB Sports, you can download it for free, and you don't have to stand in line and wait for it like you do when you have to go out for Black Friday shopping. So be sure to do that, and you can also keep up with scores from around the state of Georgia. You can also stream this game live from your device. Now, earlier this week, I'd asked people on Twitter, who's going out of town for Thanksgiving and still watching the Georgia high school football playoffs here on GPB. Tell us where you're watching from. So my sister here, Jamie Britton, was actually out of town, speaking of Thanksgiving and families, and she is watching from Pawleys Island in South Carolina. So we wanted to get a contest going. We want you to tell us where you're watching from. The furthest person will get some GPB swag by the end of the night. So be sure and tweet us at GPB Sports. Tell us where you're watching tonight's game from, and we will get to that later on in the show. Now, this happened earlier today. EJ Price, a player for Archer, sent out a tweet to Joe Thomas saying, "Happy birthday." And then Joe Thomas responded. Now, Joe Thomas plays here for Mill Creek. He said, "Thanks. Can't wait to experience this stage tonight with my brothers on both sides." So a lot of brotherly love going on here tonight. So again, be sure to find us on Facebook and Twitter. Also, Snapchat is the newest thing. Find us at GPB Sports, and you can see all of the behind-the-scenes action happening here from the game tonight. Now, we mentioned Joe Thomas. I had his tweet up here a little bit ago. And I want to tell you, for two brothers here at Mill Creek, their path has been an interesting one, but thanks to their older brother, they're starting to make a life here in Georgia, and so far they like it. Jonathan Gibson and Joe Thomas are brothers. This is their first year at Mill Creek. About 5 months in at a new school, they're already making an enormous contribution.
The first time they ever practiced for us, we could see that they brought that energy and that passion in everything they did, and they're very competitive young men, and they've been a huge component of our success and hopefully continued success this year.
But their road to Mill Creek was a long and uncertain one. Originally from Ohio, they've found a new life here in Georgia.
It's a blessing to live in Georgia. This is like a fresh start, new chapter to our life. just like went on and up ever since we came to Georgia.
But the road here was led through a difficult family situation that left them living with their oldest brother, Dominique.
I don't know, it just makes me smile every time, like, because he took on that responsibility of raising us. And then, like, after all that, he just sit back and we could talk to him and he laugh.
The most important advice that he's probably given us is just to stay patient. Don't rush, trust in God.
But now, their life is all about football and looking towards a brighter future.
For me to go to college, I know it will put a huge smile on his face because it's just relieving for him to see us prosper in situations that we've been through.
Because I seen how much you have to pay and how much you have to do and for college to go, just to go. And I'm like, hey, my first goal is just to get to college free.
And the man who is the glue who holds the family together is Dominique Thomas. He's joining me now. And, you know, how tough was that for you, having to kind of play the parent role with your siblings at home? I mean, you're in your early 20s at the time.
Yeah, it was pretty tough to start. Back when it all started, I was 15 years old, and I kind of thought that I was cursed. But looking back on it now, I know that I was really blessed to have the opportunity to do what I had to do.
Your brothers certainly look up to you, that's for sure. And, you know, you went to Georgia State, and, you know, tell us what you're up to now.
Yeah, I graduated from Georgia State with an accounting degree, and now I'm taking my CPA exam.
That's got to be tough.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
And what would you like to see for Joe and Jonathan? I mean, what would be your ideal situation for the two of them?
Yeah, most importantly, I want them to be positive role models in the community for their peers, great students of life, teachers of the truth, just moral leaders in a day and age where we don't see a lot of that.
Right. Dominique, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it. Mark?
That's a great story for this Thanksgiving week, all about family and football. It's a good combination. Tonight's game is a great matchup between the Archer Tigers and the Mill Creek Hawks. Both teams have explosive offenses, both have hard-hitting defenses, and both teams want to advance to next week's semifinals. Now let's check in with our play-by-play team. We've got Matt Stewart and Tucker coach Brian Lamar is on the booth this week, and they're going to break down the game for us, a little X's and O's, a little chalk talk, a segment we call the Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance Extra Point.
All right, thanks. Time now for our Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance Extra Point. We are joined by Tucker head coach Brian Lamar. Coach, let's find out how much you know about football. Let's start with the Archer Tigers. On offense, they want to block well on the perimeter.
They got to do a great job tonight, blocking well on the perimeter. Got great skilled kids on the perimeter. Got to get the ball in space.
And on defense, they want to stop the run and also watch for the play-action pass.
Oh, you've got to. You know, anytime you're going against Mill Creek, you've got to stop the run. And when you do that, they're going to be looking to go up top with the deep pass.
All right, let's take a look at the extra point for the Mill Creek Hawks. On offense, they want to be able to use the entire field.
You have got to get the Archer defense in space. They've got great athletes all over the field. You got to get them in space. You have to use the entire field.
And they also want to be able to maintain some drives and keep their offense on the field and that Archer defense on the field. And defensively, going back to what we were talking about previously with blocking well on the perimeter for Archer, defensively, Mill Creek needs to contain that screen game.
You have to contain the screen game. They're going to get, their skilled guys, Cal Davis, they're going to try to get those guys one-on-one in space. Mill Creek has got to do a great job defending those screens.
All right, not bad. He's got a future in this business. And that's a look at our Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance Extra Point.
Thanks, guys, as we continue to get ready for this big quarterfinal GHSA game. John Nelson is standing alongside the only coach the Archer Tigers have ever had. Now in his 7th season, Andy Dyer with a career record of 47-26. Take it away, John.
And here with the other half of the equation, the visitors tonight, head coach of Archer, Andy Dyer. How was your holiday?
It was great. We got to spend the day with family and eat, so anytime you get to do that, it's a great day.
And we talk about family, and you look at these two staffs, it is family, and I know that the conversations that you normally would have with Coach Jarvis and the other guys on the other team are fairly consistent. What was it like this week? Was it radio silence?
No, we talked a few times. We didn't talk much about football, but just we're buddies, so we usually generally during the week at some time we usually speak to one another. So.
Are there any secrets at this time of year, regardless of who you're playing, do you think?
Absolutely not. I mean, everybody does such a great job studying the opponent and preparing their kids that there are no secrets. Kids just got to go play and you try to prepare them best you can, and hopefully they play great.
And I know that being out there earlier this week. It was heavy preparation. From your point of view and perspective, what was it like out there for you guys this week getting ready for this one?
Well, kids had a great week. It was business as usual. And, they showed up ready to go to work. And, we spent a lot of time in the film room and doing some different things to prepare them. And they did a great job.
All right, thanks for your time. We'll see you out here in the field.
Awesome. Thank you.
Andy Dyer, head coach of Archer. He's getting ready for the other part of this quarterfinal matchup.
Thank you, John. It's the holiday season. You know what that means, food and a lot of it. So joining me now to discuss how families can help each other stay on track over the next 6 weeks is Rich Novak, the president and general manager of Cigna Healthcare of Georgia. And Rich, I've got to ask you, please help us, save us from ourselves. How can we stay on track this time of year when there's so much good food coming at you?
So, Jackie, it's a great question. And, it is tough. But food's meant to be enjoyed. Food's supposed to be fun. People want to have fun when they're eating. The key is how much do you eat at any one, given point in time, right? So,
right.
It's always better to hold back a little bit, and it's better to eat maybe 4 or 5 times a day than it is 2 or 3 times a day.
Oh, I like that.
Smaller portions, though, more often, not bigger portions more often.
I knew there had to be a
there's a catch.
There's a catch. All right, well, kids are going to be out of school a lot over the next few weeks with Christmas break coming up. And, how can parents and kids both stay active and help each other stay active?
So it's a great question because during the holidays, right, you've got kids that are at home and you're at home with them, and you've got all this food around. So get outdoors, right? The weather is not insurmountable by any stretch.
Right.
You can always bundle up a little bit. Go to the park. Walk while your kids run. Challenge your kids. Give them timing contests. Move with them. Get outside. Work as a unit. Diet and exercise. Exercise really is important. It doesn't take a lot to do it.
Right, especially a day like today. It was 70 degrees out.
It's beautiful.
Well, I know I'm not the only one who went a little overboard yesterday at the Thanksgiving table. You got to eat all of Mom's good cooking, but, I don't want to feel guilty about it. So any last-minute advice about not feeling guilty if you eat a lot? You eat a lot of the stuffing at Thanksgiving meal.
So you do eat a lot of the good stuff. We had the same thing. My wife and her sister made a great meal for us, and you want to try and portion control, number one, so you don't want to overdo it. You want to spread out what you eat, so you don't want to just put a ton of food on the plate and gobble it all up in 10 minutes, right? Because that's going to slow you down.
Yeah.
And then, the one thing a lot of people tend to forget about is you want to make sure you get the right amount of sleep. There's a big difference for your body between getting 5-6 hours of sleep a night and getting 7, 8, maybe even 9 hours of sleep, especially for your kids. I know parents don't want their kids to just stay in bed all day.
Right.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But making sure they get the right amount of sleep really is important for their development and for your body to be able to burn off all those excess calories.
Hey, I'll tell you what, a little more sleep is A-okay with me. Rich, thank you very much for
Thank
joining
you,
us.
Jackie.
The tryptophan kicked in for me. I slept pretty good yesterday.
I know, yeah, same here. I can't complain about that.
All right, coming up on the All Access Pass, Matt Stewart drops by to talk a little bit of recruiting.
And then we'll also see what fans are saying online in the social media world. Also, a big-time check presentation. That and much more as Football Friday in Georgia's All Access Pass continues on GPB. Stay with us.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is made possible in part by Regions Bank. It's time to expect more. Georgia's Electric Membership Corporation, lighting the way. Technical College System of Georgia, learn more, earn more. Cigna, together all the way. And viewers like you, thank you.
The insurance industry is a relationship business. I try to be out in the community, as much as I possibly can. We're local agents in the community. We're part of the community.
I love doing business in the town that I live in. My clients are my friends.
They can just step in my office and say hello. That's very important to me.
We want to be available to them in case they need us.
You get a lot of reward personally going home at night knowing that you've taken care of folks.
Joe gets up at 7 a.m., washes his face, gets dressed, grabs breakfast to go. He then patiently waits for the bus. Chats up his classmates, goes to school, doesn't go in. Great act, Joe, but you're only fooling yourself.
Wednesday at 9 on GPB.
Welcome back to the GPB All Access Pass pregame show. We're live at Markham Field where the Mill Creek Hawks will host the Archer Tigers here in a big GHSA quarterfinal matchup.
And both teams are loaded with talent on the field and plenty of potential to go on to the next level. Archer got all the way to the championship 6A game last year, and the Mill Creek Hawks are undefeated so far this year.
We now welcome in Matt Stewart for our College Football Hall of Fame recruiting segment. We're going to start out with the Archer Tigers, and boy, one of their wide receivers who had a slew of offers has made a decision.
Timely decision by Kyle Davis for us, the number 1 ranked wide receiver in the country, 24/7 Sports Composite 5-star. Kyle Davis announced on Twitter Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving, committed to the Auburn Tigers, chose the Tigers over Georgia, Tennessee, and 35 other offers. He had decommitted from South Carolina in May. 47 catches on the season for 773 yards, 6 touchdowns. He has 26 career touchdown catches. I believe Kyle Davis could be the next Calvin Johnson, Julio Jones, A.J. Green. We could be calling this guy's name in the NFL in 4 years.
Man, that is big praise. Archer also has a safety who is committed to Ohio State.
Absolutely. We're talking about Isaiah Pryor. He is the number 2 ranked safety in the class of 2017. He is a 24/7 5-star committed to Ohio State. 64 tackles this season, 4 tackles for loss and an interception, 3.8 GPA. His head coach Andy Dyer says this kid is highly intelligent on the football field too. He says you tell him something one time and he's got it, run or pass. Guy figures it out. Isaiah Pryor, number 13 guy to watch today for the Archer Tigers.
Now, E.J. Price, the big offensive lineman, he had over 30 offers. Any inkling where he might go?
Not yet. He does have 34 offers. He's the number 8 ranked offensive tackle in the country. He was originally committed to Georgia, decommitted. He may still end up with the Bulldogs. Georgia and Auburn considered his front runners. Michigan State, Oklahoma, and Tennessee also in the mix in his top 5. Head coach Brian Lamar, Tucker High School coach who's working this game with us today, said this kid's got a nasty streak in him. That's a good thing for an offensive lineman. He really likes to get after it. He'll be a fun one to watch tonight.
All right, for the Mill Creek Hawks, Louisville has rung up a big winner.
Very good there. Ronnie Bell. Got it? Rung up Ronnie Bell. Offensive guard, 3-star, 24/7 Sports Composite. He is signed, or committed, I should say, to Louisville. Recruited by Cardinals defensive coordinator and former Georgia defensive coordinator Todd Grantham. He's one of 4 FBS prospects on the Hawks offensive line, but the only one that isn't a junior.
And they also have a commit to Army, their big tight end.
Yeah, this will be a fun one to watch. Number 87, Tyler Vernon. He is committed to Auburn. He's a defensive end. 30 career quarterback sacks. He broke the record he set last year. He had 14 quarterback sacks last year. He's got 16 this year as a senior. Also 52 total tackles and 6 tackles for loss. Very good kid to watch. He put on 30 pounds from last year's team. And the battle between Tyler Vernon and E.J. Price on that line of scrimmage will be worth the price of admission tonight.
All right, he is Matt Stewart on the College Football Hall of Fame Recruiting Roundup.
All right, don't forget to interact with us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat at GPB Sports. And also, don't forget to download the GPB Sports app in the App Store. It's completely free and keeps you up to date. Now, earlier this week, I had asked some people about superstitions. What are your game day superstitions? And we heard from a few players, so let's get some of those tweets. We have Miles Riley of Mill Creek says, I listen to Jay-Z public service announcement before every game. That's his superstition. And then we have Tyler Fannin, another Mill Creek football player, says, my football superstition is I always wear the same socks every game. What is with that? I hope you guys are watching those. I'd love to see the socks after a season. That would be interesting. And say a prayer before running through the banner. That is awesome. And then we have Trey Alston from Mill Creek says, I have a few superstitions before the game. I only allow Coach Ross to spat my cleats and text my parents and say, let's ride minutes before kickoff, and then I tweet, "Thank you, Lord," just to name a few. That is a lot. I like that the coach is the only one allowed to wrap up the tape on the cleats. That is awesome. And then we have Nick Blakely from Archer says, "My game superstition is that I have to have lifesavers before the game and during halftime." Now, that's something I can be on board with. I do love lifesavers. So don't forget to find us on Facebook and Twitter at GPB Sports and download the GPB Sports app. Now we're going to send things over to John Nelson for a check presentation with Cigna's Rich Novak. John?
It is that time, Jackie. Thank you very much. Ladies, if you would please. Right here, there we go. And once again, Rich, it's another place where you get to show your investment for Cigna High School sports here on Football Fridays.
So, John, it's great to be here at the Mill Creek High School with Principal Jason Lane and the senior cheerleaders. We're just delighted to be able to sponsor another great football game.
All right. Jason, obviously, once again, thanks for being a great host tonight for Football Fridays. Any idea where this might be reinvested?
I think we'll donate it back to our athletic department, help some of the smaller sports.
All right, thanks for your time. Once again, another great moment here on Football Fridays, courtesy of our friends at Signal. Let's send it back over to the set.
Thanks, John. Coming up on the All Access Pass, John is going to be back for another edition of John's Georgia. He visits the Archer Tigers. Plus, I talked to the head coach of Mill Creek, Shannon Jarvis.
And then also on our Falcons flashback, we meet Falcons defensive end and reality TV show star Croy Bierman. And of course, we'll also check in with social media, that and much more coming up in the pregame show. So don't go anywhere.
You exercise. You choose the salad, occasionally. But staying well, physically, financially, emotionally, is hard on your own. So Cigna's got your back and your knees 24/7. Cigna's there to answer your questions. Or when you need some coaching. In sickness and in health, Cigna's there, helping you to get well and stay well. That's having a partner who's with you all the way. Cigna.
Cotton contributes $2.5 billion to the state's economy annually. It takes more than 60 cotton gins and manufacturers to bring cotton into our everyday lives. Kids always like to stay in the pool a little too long, and when they do get out, covered in goosebumps, you feel the urge to wrap them up. The cozy embrace of cotton does the job. Cotton, the natural choice for Georgia.
Stay connected to your team like never before with the GPB Sports Football app. Get the latest news. Watch featured games live wherever you are.
Finds a hole. Look at that. Look at that.
Find relevant info on schools and take interactive 3D tours of stadiums around the state. Tweet game highlights from the stands and get up-to-the-minute scores all Friday night. The Gridiron has gone digital. Download the free GPB Sports Football app from the iTunes App Store now.
During this performance, one student will drop out of high school. Be there for your big finish.
As the national anthem wraps up here at Mill Creek High School, we're getting ready for this big quarterfinal matchup with the Archer Tigers.
And it's Black Friday, which means there are 28 Christmas shopping days left, but only 14 days until the state championship game. So make sure that you are following your favorite teams on the GPB Sports app. Don't forget to do that. The app is completely free if you go to the App Store, type in GPB Sports, and you can keep up with scores from around the state, as well as stream this game live from Mill Creek High School tonight. Now let's get to a few Thanksgiving traditions here. We have, this is the time of year where Thanksgiving and family, and Mill Creek operates as a family around here. So let's get to a few tweets. This one first from an Archer player, Tyler, saying, "I'm the deep fried turkey master, so without me, There is no Thanksgiving dinner. Wow, I like that. Okay, I'm about to come over to your house for Thanksgiving. Then we have Jamar of Mill Creek saying, I love food, so I don't have much that I dislike on Thanksgiving, but if I have to pick one, I'd say the green beans aren't at the top of my list. You know what? I'm going to have to agree with you on that. Green beans, not the first thing that takes real estate on my plate. I will agree with you on that. So be sure to tell us maybe what your favorite Thanksgiving dish is, maybe your least favorite. Just tweet us at GPB Sports. And as I said, Mill Creek is a family here, so for Thanksgiving, this is a little long here, but for Thanksgiving, they all gather around the table together as a team, and they have the same meal all the time. So Julian Mitchell says that they like to eat on game day the same meal every week: green beans, macaroni and cheese, and chicken and rice with a Gatorade. That sounds like a football Thanksgiving meal to me. So be sure to tweet us your favorite or least favorite Thanksgiving dishes at GPB Sports on Facebook or Twitter. And then don't forget, you can find us on Snapchat as well.
We now welcome in John Nelson, the author of 5 books, 2 on high school football in the great state of Georgia, a segment we call John's Georgia, brought to you by
Georgia EMC.
And this week you hit the road to Lawrenceville, Georgia, and checked out this Archer Tiger team who made it all the way to the Georgia Dome last year.
And we heard from Andy Dyer a little bit here in the pregame show about getting ready for this particular matchup, but it's all at Archer about the numbers as we spend time in Jackson, Sawney, and Walton EMCs.
Good.
At Archer, it's all about the numbers. Team 6 had a tremendous body of work, if you ask head coach Andy Dyer, and now it's Team 7's turn to leave their mark. Having made it to another Game 13 is developing into the norm now, and each team has its own distinctive identity.
Team 7, a bunch of warriors, big-hearted kids that just play their hearts out every Friday night. Great bunch of young men that they're committed to each other, and they're committed to our mission statement, and committed to our goals. And at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for as a coach.
Archer also carries the idea of phrases and reminders of performance to another level. It took quarterback Will Bearden a week or two, by his own admission, but he has memorized the team mission statement, and I'm fairly sure he isn't the only one who can say this.
Archer football will value others above self, and through faith, commitment, and a contagious attitude, we lift our team, our school, and our community to great heights. I don't think anyone else around here has one, and I think that's what makes us different than everybody else. And Coach Dyer from day one has preached it to everybody, and everybody fully understands the mission statement, and it's a common goal that everybody has. So I think it's great, if you ask me.
For a lot of these guys, it's the lessons learned as far back as Team 4 that have led to the success and legacy of Team 7 that plays itself out every day. It's a chance to cement and remind themselves about their own legacy.
Being football players, all eyes are on you, and we can either use that as a good platform or a bad platform. And Coach Dyer has realized that, so he wants us to make it a good platform and impact others in a positive way. And that's what we do.
Quoting KD, that's what we do. Jackie mentioned, Mark, the number 28 after tonight. The number of shopping days until Christmas will match the number of teams remaining in the GHSA playoffs as we head toward bracketology in the postgame show.
You know, you're good with math. Very good.
I am not good with math. It was just lucky guess.
All right, John's Georgia brought to you by
Georgia EMC.
Jackie.
In this week's Falcons Flashback, we check in with Croy Bierman, who Falcons fans may know as their very talented defensive end, but reality TV fans know him as the guy who is never tardy for the party. Mark recently talked with number 71 about what it was like playing underneath those Friday night lights.
Friends and fun. Playing all different kinds of positions, catching balls. I remember playing wide receiver and linebacker and running back and punt returner, and just having a blast and playing with your buddies.
Was there one particular game or one particular play that sticks out most of your high school career?
Not really. My high school unfortunately wasn't very good. So we lost quite a bit, but we still had fun. We still fought hard and tried to win. Things just didn't always fall our way, but I think just the overall experience of playing high school football was really fun and taught me a lot.
As a professional football player, as a member of the Atlanta Falcons, what advice would you give to a Georgia high school football player?
First and foremost, schooling. That comes first, and you get your stuff done in the classroom. Then you can be stress-free out on the football field, and have fun and play the game that has taught a lot of guys a lot of life lessons, and take the coaching and take the experience and the brotherhood and the camaraderie, and learn the lessons that football teaches you about life.
Shannon Jarvis is the only coach that Mill Creek has ever had. He built the program from the ground floor up, and this is his first undefeated 12-0 season. Moments ago, I talked to the Top Hawk about his season, this big game, and his 12-0 team.
Really, they turned out to be what we hoped in our preseason practices and our off-season workouts. We thought this team could be special, and have a special unity and a special bond. And a lot of times as coaches, you hope for that and you work for it. But at the end of the day, the kids have got to buy in and do it for each other. And so this is a special group. They're real close. And throughout the season, when we got into a couple of the close games, we were able to see that unity and that bond show up. And it's going to have to show up tonight too. So we got a very tough game here tonight, and we're anxious to let what we consider to be a special team, to be able to take its next step tonight against a great team in Archer.
Archer Tigers come in, they're 11-1. They're a very tough team. What's going to be the key to tonight's game?
The key is going to come down to is they're going to be some one-on-one matchups to where whoever's going to make the best play. This is going to be a game that is going to come down to players making plays, and they've got tremendous players. We do too. And as a coach, and me and Coach Dyer are good friends, we've talked about it. It's just this is one of those games you're just proud to be a part of. And you don't want to overcoach your kids. You want to get them out there and let them just play fast and make their plays. And then obviously whoever protects the football the best will win this game. So as the playoffs go, there comes games of turnovers. So hopefully we'll do like we've done all year and protect the football and come out on top.
Winner gets a chance at the semifinals. Congratulations. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you all for being here.
The coaches are fired up.
I know. I was going to say, sorry, when we had them on the conference call this week, they kind of overlapped a little bit, and they are passionate people. I love it, both of them.
Yep, and they got their teams ready to roll. And after tonight, just 28 teams are going to remain.
It's hard to believe it. I can't. I'm going to get emotional. It's that time. We are counting down to kickoff.
It is the Tigers of Archer
against the Hawks of Mill Creek.
It is game time on Football Fridays in Georgia, live on GPB.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Now the time has come. The long season of digging in began under harsh summer skies. Careful cultivation of talent and the nurturing of teamwork followed throughout the fall. Good weather, bad weather, that can't matter when you're growing winners. In the end, the only things that count are skill, synergy, and the drive to survive. And now we're at a critical juncture. It's time to look to the harvest. Here comes the reaper. 192 teams started this journey. When we get to the state championships, only 14 will still be alive. It's survival of the fittest time. Join us to see who goes home and who goes on as we head toward the finals at the Georgia Dome. More cowbell. It's time for another round of the playoffs. Tonight, the Archer Tigers and the Mill Creek Hawks do battle in the 6A quarterfinals. It's another Football Friday in Georgia.
Time to play some football.
That's a championship team right there.
It's a hot time tonight.
Welcome to Mill Creek Community Stadium in Houston. It's another Football Friday in Georgia tonight. The quarterfinals of the Georgia High School Association 6A playoffs as the 11-1 Archer Tigers meet the 12-0 Mill Creek Hawks. Here's how we got here. Archer, number 2 seed out of Region 7, winners over Etowah, and then a last-second victory over McEachern last Friday night in the second round. Mill Creek, the Region 7 champions for the first time in school history. Winners over Northview and Noonan. Winner of tonight's ball game meets either Colquitt County or South Forsyth in the state semifinals next Friday night. And good evening, I'm Matt Stewart, and happy Thanksgiving. Joined tonight by Tucker head coach Brian Lamar. And Brian, you've been there and done that. In fact, the last 3 years you've had your team in the state quarterfinals. In fact, this time a year ago we were televising the Tucker Tigers against McEachern. So took your team to the 2013 state championship game. What's the key to preparing on Thanksgiving week, and not just preparing but also winning and advancing?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of focus. The biggest thing is your routine kind of changes. The kids used to being in school, now they're out they got to do a good job of focusing as coaches. You just got to try to keep them as close to routine as possible.
Well, let's look at this Archer team. They have so much big-time college football talent. In fact, a lot of big-time talent, more so than a lot of college football teams do. They have 5 players ranked in the top 10 nationally at their respective positions. And on the offensive side of the ball, they have the #1 ranked wide receiver in the country, Kyle Davis, who on Wednesday committed to the Auburn Tigers. At running back, they've got junior Jamias Williams. He's the #5 ranked athlete in the class of 2017. 40 offers, including Georgia and Clemson. How do you stop these guys?
I mean, I think you just got to, do what you do. You got to play hard. You got to play assignment football. And like Coach said earlier, a player's got to make a play. You got a player on the player. You got to hopefully get those guys on the ground and deflect passes in the air.
Well, Mill Creek doesn't have the same amount of big-time college football talent that Archer does, but this is their greatest season ever. First time they ever went 10-0 in the regular season, first ever region championship, and they've got a suffocating defense led by defensive end Tyler Vernon and linebacker Sidney Otiwu. This is the team that has 62 quarterback sacks this season, and they've allowed just 18 yards rushing per game. How do you score against these guys?
I mean, I think you got to be able to put the ball in space and try to get on the edges against those guys. The 2 defensive ends are outstanding. They play really hard. The linebacker, Otiwu, he's outstanding. He's fast. He's physical. They got a heck of a defense. You're going to have to put the ball in space and try to get on the perimeter.
Yeah, Otiwu has 14 offers, including Georgia Southern and Iowa State. So hang in there, getting ready for a big quarterfinal matchup. The 3rd member of our team is John Nelson, and he's down on the sideline. Nelly?
Thank you very much. Good evening, Matt. Good evening, Coach. Good evening, however you are accessing us, whether it's on GPB TV, gpb.org, or the GPB Sports app. These 2 head coaches, Shannon Jarvis and Andy Dyer, they are very close friends. These staffs are interwoven in a bunch of different ways. Shannon Jarvis, in his 12th season here, creating the Mill Creek program from scratch, actually wasn't even around for the team's first varsity win because Andy Dyer had to take over because of the birth of his first child, meaning the Jarvis's first child, Emma. So Andy was the one on the sidelines. He left a little later and has started the Archer program from scratch. When you look at these 2 programs, they know that this particular week, when you're talking on the phone, you're talking not necessarily X's and O's, you're friends, but you're just kind of doing pleasantries and saying thank you for the holiday season. There are no secrets this time of year between these 2 guys. And when you're having a guy who started at South Gwinnett as a coach, and when you're having a guy who went through the Brookwood system, it is all about Gwinnett County football. And we think that the loser tonight might be having to pay some debts to some neighbors when it comes to mowing lawns come springtime, and neither head coach wants to do that. We will let you know what else is going on around the state as we will kick it, let you know who the winners will be. 28 teams will survive after tonight for the semifinals. So let's light that quarterfinal candle, Matt.
All right, thank you, Nelly. And look at Mill Creek. Their 12-game winning streak, their 12-0 record, that is a program record. Longest winning streak in program history. They've won 17 of their last 18 games dating back to last season. Their only loss during that time, a 24-6 defeat at the hands of Grayson in the first round of last year's playoffs right here on GPB. And they are led by their head coach, Shannon Jarvis, in his 12th season, the only head coach that Mill Creek's ever had, record of 72-58. Archer at 11-1. They've won 9 straight games since their 26-24 loss at Grayson on September 11th. They've won 22 of their last 24 games since last season's 0-3 start. Their only losses during that time to Colquitt County in the state championship game, and in week 3 of this season at Grayson. They are 33-6 the last 3 seasons, and they are led by the only head coach they've ever had, Andy Dyer, in his 7th season, a record of 47-26. And Coach Lamar, he's had gradual improvement every year he's been the head coach, from 1-2 to 2-8 to 5-6 to 6-4, 11-1, 11-4 state finals last year, 11-1 this season.
That's just an example of a good coach. He's built it from the ground up. You can see improvement every single year, and now they're here with an opportunity to get into the state semifinals for the 2nd year in a row.
Well, Archer won the toss, and they will receive. First ever meeting between these 2 teams, but they have scrimmaged each other the last 2 preseasons. And as you and I were talking, Coach Lamar, before the game started, they are very similar in their schemes.
It's no doubt. I mean, very similar on offense. A little bit different way of doing things on difference. One of them's going to be in an odd man front. One of them's in a traditional 4-3. But you're going to see great football tonight. You're going to see two teams try to impose their will on each other. It should be a great matchup.
And there's Kyle Davis, who committed to Auburn Tigers on Wednesday, announcing that announcement on Twitter. Number 1 wide receiver in the entire country. He's back deep along with Jamias Williams. So pick your poison on who you kick the ball to there.
Yeah, just got to keep your fingers crossed. Might want to just kick it short.
Brenton King has had touchbacks on 73% of his kicks, and this will be a touchback as well, as it sails to the back of the end zone, and the Archer Tigers will start on offense from their own 20-yard line. Tigers averaging 38.5 points per game, 392 yards of total offense per game, and led by their senior quarterback, Will Bearden, who has completed 69% of his passes for 23 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and over 2,400 yards. And Jamias Williams gets the first carry of the ball game, and Williams picks up 3 yards on the play. As we take a look at the Archer offense up front, the left tackle, E.J. Price. He's the number 8 ranked left tackle in the country. 34 offers, including Georgia, Tennessee, and Auburn. And Jamias Williams, number 1, the number 5 athlete in the class of 2017. First pass of the ball game goes to Kyle Davis, and he gets driven out of bounds at the 29-yard line by the cornerback, Keyshawn Miller.
Again, talking about getting the ball in space, trying to get the ball to Kyle early, get things going. It's a good job of tackling and minimizing the game, though. That was short.
That was the 48th catch of the season for Kyle Davis. It's 3rd down and 2. Jamias Williams close to the first down as he gets stuffed right at the 30-yard line.
Very close to getting stopped there. They got the first down. It's a good job of just getting something positive, getting the first down against this Mill Creek defense.
That was Peyton Moore making the tackle. They got just enough to move the sticks, so 1st and 10 for Archer at the 30-yard line. Williams comes this way, has 10 yards and more, and Jamias Williams down the sideline, finally steps out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
That's what we talked about before the game, perimeter blocking. You got the ball again, they're running a stretch play, the reach play, got a great block by the wide receiver on the corner there, and sprung them into the secondary. A great job of executing. We talked about being able to block on the perimeter. Great job by Archer right there.
27-yard pickup, and just like that takes Archer 4 plays to get on the plus side of the 50. Bearden back to pass, throws to the far side. That's complete to Kyle Davis, who makes his 2nd catch of the ball game. And that's going to be close to a 7-yard pickup.
Just working your basic curl flat combination. Kyle Davis has got such a big frame. Just get it to the big fella in space. Great hands, pulls the ball into his body. You want to start every possession, with positive yards on 1st down. Now you got second and short. Really staying ahead of the chains here.
Kyle Davis was 773 yards receiving on the season. They go back to his way again, and that's a 1st down at the 30-yard line. Tackle made by Otiwu, but a 1st down, and Archer moving the ball very well on this opening possession.
Well, they giving him a heavy dose of Kyle Davis. They got to figure out a way to be able to stop him in this matchup right here, because they give him space on that side, and he's just catching the ball and tucking it away and just getting positive yards on every possession.
You have to give him space at 6'3", 206. He's such a physical wide receiver. Jamias Williams gets the handoff. No running room that time for Jamias Williams as Otiwu makes the tackle. And we take a look at Mill Creek on defense. Led up front by Tyler Vernon, their all-time sack leader, 30 quarterback sacks in his 2 seasons. Linebackers, it's a strong core led by Otiwu, Bull, and Anderson. And in the secondary, their two safeties, Turner and Hall, have really been keys to the turnaround on defense for this team.
There's no doubt about it. Turner and Hall are both outstanding players, great tackles, and also great in coverage.
2nd down and 9, and that's Jemias Williams again as Williams gets down to the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Aaron Anderson.
And another positive game right there off tackle. Trying to run a reach play, didn't do as good a job blocking on the perimeter, had to make a cut, and still got positive yards.
So 3rd down and 5, and we'll have a flag on the play.
We got offsides on the defense, going to be a 1st down for Archer. Great job with the hard count, getting easy yards, moving the change. Mill Creek actually had got into a good situation there defensively. Finally got them to a 3rd and medium, a very winnable down, but then, got drawn off sides right there. Got to start again, 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. 9th play of the drive here for Archer. They've driven from their own 20-yard line. Jemias Williams gashes in the hole, and the ball comes out at the end of the play. Let's see if Mill Creek is on top of it. And they do rule it a fumble, and the ball goes over to the Hawks.
That was a great job of stripping the ball. Looked like Archer had something going with the inside run there. It was a great job, great effort by Mill Creek of just tracking the ball, reaching in and getting stripped.
Yeah, that was Otiwu who stripped him, and then the cornerback, Jonathan Gibson, fell on top of it. Look at 35, Otiwu reach in there and strip him of the ball, and a big turnover for the Hawks defense.
Well, you got to figure out a way to get a hat on Otiwu. If he's allowed to run around and make plays, he'll make plays all night. Great effort guy, outstanding football player.
So the Hawks take over at their own 12-yard line. And the first play of the ball game for them offensively gets blown up. That was LeConte on the run, and it looks like we might have a face mask on the play.
Yeah, LeConte got back there so quick, I think he got a little bit of the face mask. Great play. They got to figure out a way to block the big fella all night. I mean, he's going to be causing havoc. Outstanding football player. Unfortunate face mask right there, but a great player. I think he's committed to Kentucky.
Yep, that's Kobe Smith, number 95, the nose tackle who was called for the face masking penalty. A 15-yard face masking penalty on Kobe Smith. And a 1st down for Mill Creek as they bring the ball out to the 26. They sling the ball out here. Complete to Alston. Trey Alston up to the 35-yard line, close to the 36. Trey Alston picks up the 1st down.
We talked about it. Both groups going to try to use the entire field, try to get the ball in space. We saw screens and short passes from Archer, and here we go with Mill Creek doing the same thing. Both teams are just so physical up front. You got to get the ball in space in order to be able to move the ball in these groups.
The junior quarterback, Cameron Turley, has thrown for over 2,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions. Turley looks to the far side and then goes down the sideline, and it's incomplete. Looking at the 26-yard line.
It looked like we had good coverage right there, guys, just staying on top. And you got to continue to stop the run and then, make plays on the ball in the air.
Here's the Regions Bank starting lineup for the Hawks up front. Robbie Bell, the left tackle, is committed to Louisville. Tyler Fannin, who's a junior, projected center, has 4 offers, including Kansas State and Marshall. And in the secondary, Joe Thomas, their leading rusher at 706 yards, but Daniel LeConte is also going to be very much in the mix as well. That's Joe Thomas on the reception, and Thomas up close to the 43-yard line.
That's the theme right now, getting the ball in space, getting the ball on the edges. I think both groups realize that it's going to be tough running the ball in the middle. They're going to try to loosen them up with the short pass. Beautiful, beautiful job setting up the screen, getting the bubble screen out there, and guys blocking on the perimeter.
Once again, it looks like Archer is playing without their star middle linebacker, Quinn Miller. He's been bothered by a back injury here in the second half of the season, and they said that it would be a game-time decision, although he might be out there right now at the middle linebacker spot, number 37. Yeah, he's out there. I didn't think he was out there, but he was out there on that play right there, number 37, Quinn Miller, who's one of the top wrestlers in the entire nation.
Yeah, Miller's the heart and soul of their defense. He's a physical guy. He's a sideline-to-sideline, traditional Mike linebacker. He plays fast and he plays physical. He should be play a big role for them tonight if he's able to continue.
You see Quinn Miller there, the Mike linebacker. Isaiah Pryor, the spur position. He's the number 2 ranked safety in the class of 2017. Singleton, the safety, is committed to Duke. Of course, Jamias Williams, you've already seen him on offense. He also plays both ways and plays cornerback. There's Isaiah Pryor, 64 tackles on the season, committed to Ohio State. LeCompte gets the carry, and LeCompte up to the 50-yard line. And let's check in with John Nelson down on the sideline.
Scoring update, we're going to kick it around the state. We're going to focus on 6A and your early surprise. That is not a missed graphic. South Forsyth with the early 10-0 lead on Colquitt County up north of Atlanta. We're going to keep an eye on this one. Colquitt going to have to work it from behind early on.
Well, interesting score there in the first 6 minutes of that ball game. So 2nd down and 5 now. Ball at the 49-yard line. Winner of this ball game plays the winner of that ball game in the semifinals. Turley throws on the run. Underthrows his tight end. Was looking for Riley Snyder at the 43-yard line, and now it's going to be 3rd down.
Well, we talked about Archer being able to defend the play action. There was the old school waggle play, bootleg action. Had a guy opening on the drag but couldn't get the ball to him. But Archer did a great job of being able to contain the quarterback and also covering the routes downfield.
So 3rd down and 5. Coach, where are you going with the ball right here?
We'll see.
That's Riley in motion behind the line. And they throw the ball complete at the 41-yard line. Braxton Richburg with the catch, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Hawks.
Yeah, the Hawks did a good job of motioning to the trips bunch set, just reading it. Again, another curl flat combination. Great job of just taking what the defense gives you right there.
31st catch of the season for Braxton Richburg. The number 5 single season receiving total in program history with 477 receiving yards this year. LeCompte gets the carry, and he's tackled by Morrell. Short gain for Daniel LeCompte, who had missed the last 4 games with an injury. This is his first game back.
Yeah, it looks good out there. The main thing is to continue to try to get these guys in space. That was the old power sweep off tackle. Got some positive yards. As the game goes on, you want to wear guys down, and hopefully LeCompte be able to do that toting the football.
580 yards rushing for LeCompte this season in 8 games, a 4.7 yards per carry average, and 13 touchdowns. They've done it by running back by committee this year. Turley rolling and throwing, and that's complete at the 31-yard line. Nicely executed as they get the ball to Miles Riley.
Just a great job of being composed. They ran the sprint out, had to come back on the sideline. Just a great job, just taking what the defense gives you. Got his eyes right, he's reading his keys, delivered a perfect ball right there on the sideline where only his guy can make a play on it, to be a 1st down, move the sticks.
Coach, this has been a very nice, clean, crisp drive by Mill Creek, much like Archer. Archer blew theirs up with a turnover. Let's see if Mill Creek can hold on to the ball.
Yeah, both offenses have looked really sharp, really sharp. Great game planning by both coordinators.
1st and 10, that's Riley in motion behind the line. Turley looks that way, swings the ball out there to Alston, and Trey Alston slips out of one tackle and another and dives forward close to the sticks.
Alston is very slippery, got great balance, great feet, does a great job in space. Again, motion into the bunch set. Mill Creek is doing a good job of motioning to the bunch set out of trips, and being able to get guys in space. They got great blocking on the perimeter. Solid job coming up and tackling and minimizing that game. But again, the theme is get the ball in space.
And you saw Dylan Singleton at the end of that play. He was trying to strip the ball just like Mill Creek did to Archer on their first possession. 2nd down and 4. Nothing doing on that play right there. Got blown up right away by Sam Wright, the defensive end. No running room for LeCompte, and that'll be a tackle for loss for Sam Wright, his 10th of the season.
Again, you can see why they're trying to get the ball on the perimeter. It is very hard to run the ball in the middle of this Archer defense.
So 3rd down coming up here. They've got to get the ball close to the 21. It's sitting on the 25. got a very strong field goal kicker, so they're already in Brenton King's range. Going up top, at the 15-yard line, super catch. Out on the edge by Preston Norwood.
Yeah, I think Mill Creek has found, a mismatch or a matchup that they like. They continue to line up in doubles and motion to the trips. They're running different route combinations, and the quarterback is doing an outstanding job of just reading and taking what the defense is giving him.
Preston Norwood with his 23rd catch of the season, and it's 1st and 10 for Mill Creek at the Archer 12-yard line. They've got a very balanced offense. They've got 2 running backs that they interchange. They've got 4 wide receivers, all of them with more than 20 catches, between 20 and 30 catches. So very evenly balanced team from a talent standpoint.
There's no doubt, they have a great balance between skill on the perimeter, running backs, and an outstanding offensive line. It's a reason why they haven't lost the game up until this point.
Turley picks up the takes a shot at the 21-yard line, and that was Quinn Miller. They're glad to have Quinn Miller back. Look at that shot that the Mike linebacker put on Turley.
Well, there's one thing we know about Quinn Miller. He's going to put his foot in the ground, he's going to get downhill, and he's going to put his face mask on. He did a great job right here on the sprint out, just putting his foot in the ground and then containing it. Great tackles, a physical football player.
And watch Will Cholo right there. He was the guy that forced Turley out of the pocket. And Turley, I don't know that he saw Quinn Miller coming until it was just almost too late. He was lucky to hold on to the ball. 2nd down and 18. Again, another low spot. Turley has to go down and get scrambling and now running. Turley will get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, they got him into a long yardage situation. We talk about being able to drive the football. I think it's going to be tough to drive the entire length of the field on both of these defenses. And you kind of see why. You drive the ball, and then 1 negative yard play, and now it's 3rd and 10.
And both teams have very good field goal kickers, so on 3rd down and 10, you can be a little bit more conservative. You don't have to gamble.
Exactly. You want to get points right here. You don't want to come out of here with a turnover.
3rd and 10 from the 12. Turley stands in the pocket. Touchdown to Daniel LeConte.
Did an outstanding job in protection. He had a really good, solid pocket. And he didn't have any pressure. He was able to complete that pass. And great job by the lineman up front. Offensive line did a great job in protection.
Here's your TCSG touchdown replay, Coach.
Oh, yeah, look at that solid pocket. I mean, he's got no pressure. They picked up the blitz, got man-to-man coverage, a linebacker on the running back. We'll take that matchup all day.
16-play drive against Andy Dyer's very tough defense. And Shannon Jarvis' team goes a touchdown up here in the 1st quarter.
Well, you got to continue to get first downs all the way down the field. Just continue to get first downs. It's not always going to be a big play. You just want to keep that defense on the field as long as you can and then exploit a mismatch when you get the opportunity.
Brenton King is 52 of 53 on his PAT attempts this season.
And he's got a live leg. Coach talked about it. As soon as he crosses the 50-yard line, he's going to get his guy a shot.
And Coach Jarvis will be happy if the only shots he has to take tonight are PATs.
Oh, that'll be outstanding.
6-0. Hawks take the lead on Archer.
Just a great drive.
It was. Both teams had great drives.
And that just speaks volumes of the preparation, especially when you talk about starting a football game. It's all about the preparation.
13-yard touchdown pass from Cameron Turley to Daniel LeConte. And the Hawks have flown out to the early lead here at Mill Creek.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is made possible in part by Regions Bank. It's time to expect more. Georgia's Electric Membership Corporation, lighting the way. Technical College System of Georgia, learn more, earn more. Cigna, together all the way. And viewers like you, thank you.
Game day brings out the best in all of us. every day is game day.
Welcome back to Markham Field. We're going to get ready for the second 12 minutes, but we're going to kick it down to Quad A. It was 6-0 Woodward. Now it's 12-0. They've scored 2 touchdowns, missed 2 PATs. The winner of this one gets the winner of Buford and Thompson. Right now, Buford is winning. Other winners right now in Quad A as we kick it are St. Pius and Cartersville. Start of the first quarter, 3:22 to go. Back upstairs.
Well, here at Mill Creek, 12-0 Hogs take a 7-0 lead on Archer. And very impressed, Coach, with the opening drives. The difference was Archer went 68 yards and then fumbled. Mill Creek then went 88 yards and scored.
Yeah, Mill Creek did an outstanding job of just being balanced. They had 9 passes, 7 rushes. It's a great job of just taking what the defense gives them, putting the ball on the perimeter, but also keeping them honest by running the ball up the middle.
And Cameron Turley was 7 of 9 for 63 yards passing on that drive as well, including the touchdown pass to LeConte Caput. It'll be interesting to see if Archer gets any kind of kick return tonight with Brenton King teeing it up.
Based off the guys they got back returning, you need to just keep kicking in the end zone.
You can get it there, make sure it gets there, and this one will not be returned. Jemias Williams was a yard deep in the end zone when he tried to field it, so it comes out to the 20 again. And that's the best defense against Kyle Davis and Jemias Williams on kick return.
There's no doubt the high school football teams that have a kicker whose leg is strong enough to kick it in the end zone, that is a huge weapon. Just being able to start those teams from the 20-yard line and not have the threat of a big return.
It erases the other 21 men on the field.
There's no doubt
It's a one-man football game if you can kick it into the end zone. So 1st and 10 for Archer back at their own 20-yard line. This is where they started their first drive. Jemias Williams on the carry, dances in the hole, and Jemias Williams ends up picking up 5 yards on the play. 3rd tackle of the ball game for the safety, Jamar Hall.
Yeah, and Jamar Hall is going to play a big role in this game tonight. I mean, he's physical. He's a 6'2", 190-pound junior safety. He's got to continue to step up and play.
And that's number 77, E.J. Price, 6'6", 315, Coach.
He's a man-child. He's a man-child. Not only is he huge, he's also got great feet and a serious mean streak.
Kyle Davis gets dropped for the loss by Chase Turner. And once again, Coach, it's those safeties coming up and making big plays.
Well, we talked about Turner at the beginning of the game, and we also talked about trying to get the ball on the perimeter and having to block on the perimeter. Here's a great job of defeating the block. He had a one-on-one situation. Not only did he defeat his block, but he also got a huge tackle for a loss. Great play by Turner right there.
And Coach, this Mill Creek program really turned it around last year after they got beat 51-41. They moved Turner and Hall to the safety positions, and that really turned their defense around. They try to go to the far side, and Kyle Davis, it's incomplete. It's 4th down.
It was a great job. We talked about the stars on the Archer secondary, but Mill Creek has got outstanding players in their secondary as well. The 2 safeties who we talked about, and then the corner number 4 is an outstanding player also.
And Chase Turner, who made that big tackle on Kyle Davis just a few moments ago, stands deep for Mill Creek at his own 45-yard line.
And Turner's got great feet. He does a good job of returning punts and getting positive gains. He's a great athlete. Not only is he a great safety, he's a great athlete.
Penalty flag drops before they can get the play off. Let's see if this is going to be on Mill Creek or Archer. I think Mill Creek might have jumped off sides. Nope, it's Archer. That's going to back him up 5 yards, and so now Matthew Fritz will be kicking from his goal line. Fritz, the senior kicker, also serves as their punter. 33 punts on the season and a 34 yards per kick average. Short kick. Turner comes up, makes the fair catch at the 42-yard line. That's just a 27-yard kick. And with 2 minutes left in the quarter, great field position for a Mill Creek team that already leads by a touchdown.
Again, Mill Creek is going to get great field position. Going to have a great opportunity to get a score right here.
And they had a great offensive attack. Good balance of run and pass on that opening 88-yard touchdown drive, and Cameron Turley was the trigger man.
Cameron Turley just looked outstanding early. He took a shot, last possession, and came right back and fired a touchdown into the end zone. So he's doing big things right now.
First and 10. Ball at the 42. Alston in motion. He'll take the ball in the speed sweep and cut it back up. Alston, who's only 5'6", 165, has had a number of nice plays already in this game.
Again, he's one of those guys that can do a great job playing in space. We talked about perimeter blocking. They didn't get the ball outside with the way they wanted to, but a great job of being able to use your instincts and your abilities to be able to make something out of nothing.
How about that cut right there in the middle of the field to buy him another 4 yards? 2nd down and 1. Handoff goes to LeConte, and he's got the first down. Daniel LeConte down to the 28-yard line. Will Cholo, the defensive end, making the stop for the Tigers, but the Hawks are on the move again.
Yeah, just like the play before, you see Mill Creek trying to reach and get the ball on the perimeter, and also getting stopped there by Archer, being able to put the foot in the ground and make a catch.
LeConte again, this time not a whole lot of running room. Sam Wright making the tackle for Archer, pickup of maybe 2 on the play. You know, we talked about Mill Creek's defense, but how about their offense? They've averaged 39 points per game, 153 yards rushing, 174 passing, close to 327 yards of offense per game.
Yeah, they're outstanding on offense, very balanced, and it all starts up front. You know, what you're seeing right now is guys getting knockoff up front and be able to get positive yards on runs, and also, you know, getting great protection on the pass plays.
Fake the speed sweep, and Turley dumps it off to Alston, and it was a good thing they threw it incomplete. They would have lost yards on the play, so now it's going to be 3rd down.
Well, as soon as we talked about great protection, you know, you get a guy from Archer squeaking through right there and getting pressure on the quarterback. You know, that's one of the strengths of Mill Creek is their offensive line, being able to not only pound the ball and be physical, but also be able to keep their quarterback safe and allow him to make great reads.
Yeah, I think the real stars of this Mill Creek offense are those guys up front. They have four of their 5 guys on the offensive line are legitimate FBS candidates for scholarships.
And that's huge for a high school offense. You know, it's one thing to have skilled guys, it's another thing to have the big guys up front to make it happen.
Got a man open inside the 10-yard line, and Turley overthrew Preston Norwood. What happened there, Coach? That was a touchdown.
Yeah, just a busted coverage. You know, once again, you know, you're seeing Mill Creek use a lot of motions and shifts to kind of get the matchups they want. Had a wide open opportunity right there and just missed it.
Yeah, Turley's going to remember that one. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt him as they bring on Brenton King for what will be a 42-yard kick from near the right hash.
Well, you get an opportunity to make it a 2-score game. And we're talking about the Georgia State playoffs. Every point is valuable. Every possession is valuable. So we just want to get points on the board right here.
King is 15 of 21 on his field goal attempts this season, and that one is good as well. 16th field goal of the year for Brenton King, and Mill Creek has a 10-0 lead.
That's an outstanding job of just executing. You know, got the ball in great field position, wanted a touchdown out of the drive, didn't get it, but you didn't walk away empty-handed. You came out with 3 points and you got a 10-0 lead here at home. Mill Creek's in good shape.
But that's got to be a win-win because Archer can go back to their sideline and say, hey, look, we held them to 3 points. They got the ball on our 42 and we kept them to 3.
Well, I mean, I think both teams are starting to kind of settle in, you know, and these defenses, again, are outstanding, and they're starting to settle in. It's going to be hard to, you know, points are going to be hard to come by, you know. So Archer's got to get an opportunity right here. They got to get something going, you know, get something on the board right here so they can stay and keep pace with this great Mill Creek offense.
That was 6 plays, 17 yards, and now Andy Dyer's team down 10 points. They were down 14-3 in the 3rd quarter against McEachern last week and about to go down another touchdown when they came up with a big defensive play, and they came back and won that game against the Indians.
So football is just a matter of guys making plays, and you never know when the team looks like they're down, they're dead, they're buried, and all of a sudden somebody makes a play and their fortunes can change for the best. That's what it's all about. That's why we love the playoffs here in Georgia. High school football, it doesn't get any better than this. Just like that, one team can be up and rolling big, and another team can hop back in, you know, and so you just never know what's going to happen.
So final 32 seconds of this 1st quarter, and we'll see if Kyle Davis or Jemias Williams gets an opportunity at a return right here. Brenton King's kick is going to come down a yard deep in the end zone, and a 3rd touchback already for Brenton King in this game.
I mean, he's doing a great job.
Let's check in with John Nelson.
Time to kick it and go to 5A. Houston County and Allatoona from Buccaneer Stadium in Ackworth. Allatoona actually had a 7-0 lead, but a blocked punt gave a very short field to Houston County. There's the plunge. They're up 14-7. They would get the winner of Kellen Northgate. Northgate leading 14-0 second quarter. That's the early story in 5A back upstairs.
How about Houston County came back from a big deficit last week to beat Mays in the second round. Of course, Mays a state finalist last year. And Jamias Williams fumbles again at the end of the play. Again, Mill Creek doing a very good job of stripping the ball at the end of the play.
When you see guys be relentless and go after the ball like that, that's something that's being preached every day in practice. That's just not something that's just happenstance and guys just, are just doing that, on the fly. That's something that they're being coached to do. That's a great job by the Mill Creek coaching staff emphasizing turnovers and strips.
Jamias Williams, the #1 rusher in Gwinnett County this season, 1,249 yards coming into tonight's game with 23 touchdowns.
He's explosive, very explosive. They're going to use him all over the field in the passing game and in the run game.
So second down, and the pass is thrown to Aramis Bryant and broken up by Jonathan Gibson.
It was a great break by Gibson, the sophomore. He's long. He does a good job at corner also. They had something right there. The ball was a little bit behind.
This is the 8th pass that Gibson has broken up this season, and you had an inkling before the game they might test this young man tonight.
Well, there's no doubt. I think that the Mill Creek secondary is outstanding. They got the junior safety and the 2 seniors. They're going to try the sophomore.
Third down and 3. Ball goes to Aramis Bryant again, and Gibson gets his hands on him, drops him, but that's going to be a first down catch for Aramis Bryant.
Again, they're gonna take some shots at the sophomore. The senior made a great play earlier in the game, so now they're going to take their shots at the sophomore and get some first downs. There's one thing I can say about Georgia high school football: the coaches do a good job of finding matchups.
Final play of the first quarter, Jamias Williams gets the carry, and Williams runs right into the arms of the linebacker Aaron Anderson, and that is the end of the first quarter. So Mill Creek 12-0 for the first time in school history, looking to advance to the state semifinals for the first time in school history with a 10-0 lead on Archer, who made it to the state championship game a year ago. 12 minutes in the books. Hawks on top 10-0.
At the heart of our community are the businesses that don't skip a beat. Georgia's electric membership cooperatives stand behind local commerce. Whether keeping farms running or shining a light on new ventures, we bring business, large and small, to our communities. Creating jobs, driving development, supporting dreams. Georgia's EMCs, powering our businesses, lighting the way.
You exercise. You choose the salad, occasionally. But staying well, physically, financially, emotionally, is hard on your own. So Cigna's got your back and your knees 24/7. Cigna's there to answer your questions, or when you need some coaching. In sickness and in health, Cigna's there, helping you to get well and stay well. That's having a partner who's with you all the way. Cigna.
Nothing prepares you better for a great career than the Technical College System of Georgia. TCSG colleges produce graduates with the knowledge and training today's top employers are looking for. With campuses across Georgia, state-of-the-art facilities, and outstanding instructors with real-world experience, it's the kind of affordable college education that will fast-track you into a rewarding career. We're building a better future for you. Contact the TCSG college in your area today or go to tcsg.edu.
This program on GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
This isn't just any team. This is your home team, okay? It's not about A team or B team. It's not about your boss telling you to be a team player or to take one for the team. No, home team is about pride. It's about standing strong, pulling together, and going crazy about a bad call you know is right. But because it was against your home team, it must be wrong. Look, some people just don't get it because it's not their team. But Farm Bureau Insurance does, because everyone needs a home team for insurance, and we are that.
Welcome back to Markham Field, getting ready for the start of the second quarter here. Let's go to South Forsyth. It was 10-7 South Forsyth. Davis Shanley winding up, gets the touchdown. South Forsyth leads the number 3 ranked team in the country, 17-7. Winner of this one gets the winner of that one. 6A, Matt and Coach Lamar, could be very interesting this evening.
Absolutely, and you just saw South Forsyth firsthand. They beat your Tucker Tigers 42-35 in the second round last week.
Yeah, great football team, extremely well coached. They've got athletes all over the field. Got an outstanding quarterback, great running back, got receivers, got a defensive line that's got kids, that's got motor. You know, it's a reason why they've been successful this year.
Off to a great start against Colquitt County tonight. We'll keep you updated on that score as we go throughout the evening. It's the start of the second quarter here. Second down and 8 for Archer at their own 37-yard line as we begin this second 12 minutes. And ball incomplete at the 48-yard line, looking for Aramis Bryant. And it's going to be third down. Again, they're really working Gibson there. Aramis Bryant, who's been a big surprise for them this year. You talk about Kyle Davis, but Bryant, 21 catches for 518 yards. So when he makes a catch, it's usually for a lot of yards.
There's no doubt about it. He's got great speed, can really run the top off of the defense.
Third down now. Third down and 8 from their own 37. Blitz is coming. Beard stands in there and fires, and incomplete, looking for Kyle Davis. And Keyshawn Miller nearly had himself another interception, and it's fourth down.
Well, we talk about the secondary from Mill Creek, but it all starts up front. We talk about the pressure, having to protect. You know, Kyle Davis, they got an opportunity to get a ball to the big fella, but the quarterback is under extreme duress. Their front four from Mill Creek applies 4-man pressure without having to add on the blitz.
They really had Kyle Davis bracketed on that play. Got a man in front and a man in the back.
Yeah, a man in the front and a man in the back. It still was a small window, but again, it becomes very hard to throw the ball in those small windows when you got pressure like they're causing up front.
Fritz with the punt. Again, a short kick that will finally bounce dead at the 38-yard line. And once again, pretty good field position for Mill Creek. That's just a 25-yard kick, so Fritz is yet to kick the ball more than 30 yards here on his first 2 punts tonight.
And there was a little bit of pressure there by Mill Creek, keeping pressure on both sides of the ball. They're pressuring the passer, on third and long situation. They also pressuring the punt and getting the ball in great field position.
Cameron Turley back out there to run the offense again. He's 7 of 11 for 63 yards passing. His 147 completions and 254 attempts this season. New program single-season records. And the handoff goes to Daniel LeConte.
They finally got something going there on the run game. A little inside trap up front, positive yards. And that's what we talk about. The defense is being on the field way too long for Archer. And now they're starting to, open it up inside.
Only 29 yards rushing for Mill Creek in the first quarter, yet they have the 10-0 lead.
And they got the short field last time. The main thing is they keep the chains moving. Came back to the trap play there, were not as successful. Again, it's going to be hard to just, run repetitive plays, and it's also going to be hard to run inside the teeth of that Archer defense.
Back-to-back carries by Daniel LeConte. He and Joe Thomas combined for close to 1,300 yards rushing this season and 27 touchdowns collectively.
It's a good group, and it just shows Mill Creek's commitment to running the football.
Yeah, that's why Coach Shannon Jarvis told us that the stat sheet is really the epitome of their offense. They're balanced. They just take what the defense gives them. Yeah, that's what they've done here tonight.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of just being balanced.
3rd and 3, and LeConte will not get the first down. Frank Finch, the linebacker, was the first guy to grab his leg. 3rd tackle of the night for Finch.
Yeah, Archer did a good job of adjusting to the inside runs. They had some success on first down, came back to it on second down, and Archer just bowled up right there on third down and got a huge stop.
Finch is a great story. He battled back this year, tore his ACL in the state championship game loss against Colquitt County last year, came back this year, hasn't missed a snap all season.
Yeah, just a kid just, really fighting through adversity and coming out on top, so really proud of him.
Micah Bull on the punt for the first time here tonight, standing at his own 33-yard line. Bull is also their Mike linebacker. That's a good kick. Dylan Singleton calls fair catch at the 20-yard line, and that's where Archer will put the ball in play after a 34-yard kick by Micah Bull.
And we got a flag on the field.
See what the mark-off's going to be here. Ronnie Melton is our referee. Looks like an offsetting penalty on sportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, with two teams so close together in terms of proximity, you're going to get a little talking going on every now and then.
And these coaching staffs are as close as can be. Yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's Keyshawn Miller and Aramis Bryant going back and forth. So 1st and 10, and Jamias Williams, 59 yards rushing for Williams in that first quarter, gets the first carry for Archer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Archer's really showing a commitment to the inside run. They took some shots on the last drive. Got to kind of stay more consistent with the run game, continue to move the chains and get positive yards. And mixing the short pass every now and then. They're going to take a shot eventually.
Jamias Williams, 24/7 composite 4-star and number 5 athlete in the class of 2017. Heavy rush, and Micah Bull with the quarterback sack back at the 14-yard line.
And that's why you got to stay committed to the run. It's going to be hard on passing situations to block this front four from Mill Creek. They're about as good a front four as I've seen in high school football this year in terms of rushing the passer and keeping pressure on him.
5th quarterback sack of the season for Bull. And for the Hawks, their 63rd quarterback sack. That's just an unreal number.
I'm telling you, when they got an opportunity to pin their ears back and come and get you, they're going to come and get you.
3rd down. Bearden throws, and it is complete to Bryant at the 31-yard line, and they pick up the first down. What a great job by the senior Aramis Bryant to know where the sticks are, pick up 16 yards, and get the first.
Yeah, a great throw and catch. I thought he did a good job right there. I thought he got away with a hold on the edge. He had an opportunity to get a sack right there. The big fella might have got away with one right there.
That's E.J. Price. 34 offers, including Georgia, Tennessee, and Auburn. He originally committed to Georgia, and Jamias Williams gets hit hard by Jonathan Gibson, the corner. We've called the sophomore's name a number of times, and here he comes up in run defense.
Well, we talk about this Mill Creek defense starting to kind of get in a groove right there. They completed the pass right there the play before, but you kind of see them flying around with a little tempo and really showing their physicality and their commitment to stopping people.
Mill Creek allowed just 18.6 rushing yards per game this season. Heavy rush, Vernon misses. He throws, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Gibson with the interception. No, that's, that's Sidney Otiwu, 35.
Yeah, we talk about Otiwu flying around and making the plays, but it all starts with the pressure. I think they sent Bull again on the blitz. They sent 6-man pressure, and then was able to affect the quarterback. They didn't get the sack, but again, they're affecting the quarterback with the pressure. These guys are tough to block up front, especially when they add on. Their front four is tough enough, but then when they send the backers, it becomes very tough to pick these guys up. Again, you see Bull being relentless, causing pressure up front, and then the pick by Otiwu. He's got great hands, and he's as versatile linebacker as I've seen this year in high school football.
Otiwu with his 4th interception of the season. That's the 18th pick for Mill Creek, and they're back in business. Turley fires across the middle, and he overshoots his man, Preston Norwood.
Yeah, I thought he got a little excited right there. He saw his man clearing open and just kind of overthrew him right there. That's more so seeing something and getting so excited to see it come open that I think he just misfired.
Yeah, that's the second time he's had Norwood open and overthrew him.
Yeah, well, Norwood's doing a good job of just playing that single high safety and being able to find that crease in between the safety and the linebackers.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Thomas in motion and sets on the line. This is going to be a double pass. That's Norwood, the backup quarterback, going deep. And it is intercepted by Bryant at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, I thought Mill Creek tried to go with a trick play. They went with the double pass, something that they had worked on this week in practice. And it wasn't there. A great job of staying disciplined by Archer. Again, you can see they motioned to an empty backfield through the bubble screen and do the throwback. But a great play coming from the left corner, coming in and making that play. Outstanding job.
You know, Shannon Jarvis, great coach. I don't know about that, though. You got the 10-0 lead. You get a little greedy with the trick play. You know, I'm inclined to stick with what you're doing.
Well, what most teams do, when you get a turnover, is they're going to take a shot. You get a turnover, you got the momentum. Now's the time to really take a shot. Archer did a great job of being prepared and staying at home and being disciplined in that situation.
Jamias Williams on that carry right there is dropped for a loss. And it's going to be 2nd down and 11. That was Peyton Moore with the tackle for loss, his 7th of the season. And once again, this fierce defense. And that's Otiwu, who had the pick just a few moments ago, getting his 13th tackle for loss.
I am just totally impressed by this Mill Creek defense. Not only are they physical, they're playing fast. Otiwu is all over the field. He caused the fumble. He got an interception, and now he's getting tackles for losses. He's being an outstanding football player tonight. They're really starting to impose their will on this Archer offense.
Sidney Otiwu, projected outside linebacker with 14 offers, including Iowa State and Georgia Southern. It's 3rd down and 11. Heavy rush. Moore misses him, so does Vernon. And Bearden gets out of there and dumps it deep for Davis and overthrows him, and it's going to be 4th down. But Bearden is also hurt on the play. Vernon may have gotten to him at the end of the throw.
We could talk all day about how relentless and how outstanding these two defensive ends for Mill Creek are. You know, they use their hands. They've got great speed, great move by both guys. You know, they had him right there. He was able to escape.
Yeah, that was Aaron Anderson, the linebacker, who got a clean shot on him. He was out rolling and kind of throwing against his body, and so Anderson was able to bury that helmet right in him.
Oh, yeah, and Anderson is an unsung hero on this defense. Again, he's another one of those guys. He's about 6 feet, 200 pounds. He's like an extra safety on the field.
Turner from the 42-yard line. He's the all-time punt returner in school history. He picks up 4 yards on the return right there after the 33-yard kick by Fritz. And once again, Mill Creek living on the Archer side of the 50-yard line.
I mean, they've had beautiful field position all game long. And here they are again with an opportunity to go in and get some points on a short field.
So ball at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Mill Creek trying to add to already a 10-0 lead.
They're knocking on the door right here.
Alston in motion. The handoff instead to Joe Thomas. And Joe Thomas gets dropped by Morrell after a short gain. 3rd tackle of the ball game from Morrell as we check in with John Nelson.
All right, go back up to the other part of this bracket, and South Forsyth and Colquitt County. Every time South Forsyth scores, Colquitt comes back. That is Ty Lee, who will pick him up and put him down into the end zone. 17-14, halfway through the 2nd quarter. It is a dogfight right now in the other half of this bracket back upstairs.
Winner of this ball game that you're watching right now will play the winner of that one in the semifinals. 2nd down. Riley goes in motion behind the line. They throw the ball complete to Alston. Alston has a man to beat out there and can. Nice open field tackle by Jamias Williams.
A great open field tackle by Jamias Williams. You know, it's very hard to tackle guys in the open field. He's closing at full speed and also able to keep him in his grasp. Great play.
What's interesting about Jamias Williams is he's rated the number 5 athlete in the class of 2017. You see him a lot as a running back here for Archer, but he wants to play cornerback at the next level.
I mean, at the end of the day, most people, realize that you can play a lot longer playing on defense than playing on the offensive side of the ball.
Turley back to pass. He's got time. Now it breaks down and he runs. And Turley gets out of the tackle. And finally, Singleton gets him out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
That's a great scramble right there. But an outstanding job in coverage by the Archer defense. Both defenses are really starting to play a lot better. Now we got a 4th and short. We're going to go ahead and kick the field goal.
Yeah, how about this? A 4th and 2 from the 30, and he doesn't even think about bringing his field goal.
Oh, no, you got to take the points. You got an opportunity to make it a 16-0 game. Let's go ahead and go with the points.
This is a 47-yard kick for King, and he's going to miss it. He had plenty of distance, but he hooked it and didn't get it through the uprights. A 47-yard miss for Brenton King, and the score remains 10-0 with 4:21 to play in the half.
Your local Alpha agents are proud to join viewers like you in making this programming possible.
We're local agents in the community. We're part of the community.
I love doing business in the town that I live in.
My clients are my friends.
They can just step in my office and say hello. That's very important to me.
We want to be available to them in case they need us.
You get a lot of reward personally going home at night knowing that you've taken care of folks.
Protecting our communities, neighbor to neighbor, for almost 70 years. Alpha Insurance.
Across 91 counties, Georgia's cotton industry employs over 15,000 people, with more than 3,000 Georgia farmers that bring cotton into our everyday lives. When life turns up the heat and the pressure makes you sweat, there's one sure way to cool down. For those glory moments on and off the court, cotton is with you for the win. Cotton, the natural choice for Georgia.
Just over 4 minutes to play here in the first half in this quarterfinal matchup. Archer trailing Mill Creek 10-0. He may be 70 years old, but Eric Clapton can still put on a show. This Wednesday, GPB presents Slow Hand at 70 live at the Royal Albert Hall, a fantastic concert film of a show Clapton performed this May in London, featuring classic songs and fan favorites from throughout his career. This hour-and-a-half-hour-long show is not one to miss. Celebrate the legendary guitarist's birthday with Slow Hand at 70 this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Matt Stewart along with Tucker coach Brian Lamar, John Nelson, and our GPB Army here for the quarterfinals of the 6A state playoffs. The winner meets either Colquitt County or South Forsyth in the state semifinals. Archer in their second ever quarterfinal appearance. They crushed Hillgrove 56-13 in last year's quarterfinals. That's Kyle Davis. And Kyle Davis runs for the first down.
Yeah, we talked about it, not being able to run the ball at the middle. You got to get the ball on the perimeter. They ran the speed sweep, motioning Kyle Davis across and then giving him an opportunity to use his speed and his athleticism. A great job sealing blocks on the perimeter and then him finishing off the run, being physical.
That's just the 8th time that Kyle Davis has run the ball this year.
But they just got to try to figure out a way to get him the ball.
Ball goes to Aramis Bryant. Gibson gets him on the ground at the 35-yard line.
Well, they're going to continue to take shots at the sophomore. That's one thing they're going to continue to do. I think they've kind of found the honey hole right there a little bit. They're going to continue to throw at him. He's going to have to continue to stay disciplined. At some point, they're going to come at him with a double move. He's got to stay disciplined, continue to come up and make tackles.
That was the 3rd catch of the night for Brian, who had 8 catches for 73 yards against McEachern last week. Pump fake, and Bearden running, and Tyler Vernon runs him down.
Well, it was a good job initially in protection, but we talk about the relentless pursuit of the football, being able to come back and get a tackle from behind.
And that was Vernon. That was Vernon and M. Bordino as well, number 31, who ran him down in the open field, and now it's 3rd down. And that's going to give Archer close to a first down.
Well, it's the second time they got him with the hard count.
will be a first down on the 5-yard mark-off. Just over 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Mill Creek leading 10-0.
You got to see if Mill Creek can get a stop here. Archer's got a chance to try to get some points on the board before the half. It's a huge possession.
This is the first ever double-digit win season for Mill Creek. Their previous best 9 wins coming in their quarterfinal season in 2012. Not much on the carry there by Williams. Micah Bull making his second tackle of the ballgame.
Well, it's a good job by the Mill Creek front of stopping the run and getting himself in a good situation on second down. Archer's got to get something going right here, get some positive yards to make it third and manageable.
Micah Bull with a sack and a tackle for loss so far in this contest. And again, we have movement, but this time it might be on Archer.
Yeah, I think this time it's going to be on Archer and back them up and put them in a really tough situation, second and long.
Let's check in with John Nelson.
Gave you the quick update on the Ty Lee score that drew Colquitt County closer. Now Colquitt County is on top, 21-17. And it took all of about 4.5 minutes to put 14 points on the board. There you see Chase Parrish with the touchdown pass there. Colquitt now up 4 at South Forsyth.
All right, thank you, Nelly. Second down now. And Bearden going across the middle and nearly intercepted by Gibson at the 40-yard line.
Well, we talked about Gibson having to just be disciplined and continue to do his assignments. Again, he stayed on top of the deep route, was giving them a shorter route. They tried to test him deep, and he was right where he needed to be.
Gibson's getting a workout tonight.
Oh, it's no doubt. They're going to keep testing him. You know, you got to test the sophomore. It's a huge game. It's the state quarterfinals. We're going to find out what he's made of.
Third down and 17. Just over 90 seconds left here in the first half.
Well, at this point, you got to look for a draw or a screen, or for them maybe just to try to run the football. If I'm Mill Creek, I'm just going to try to keep the ball in front of us right here, protect the sticks, and don't give up anything deep.
Well, the officials put 2 minutes back on the clock. Apparently, the clock had run after the incompletion. Heavy rush. They're setting up the screen. It's intercepted at the 26-yard line. Peyton Moore on his feet inside the 10. Moore to the end zone. Touchdown.
Well, we talked about it right there. You got third and forever. You got to look for the draw or look for the screen. And sure enough, they came back to the screen, and Peyton made an outstanding play. Great instincts by this defensive line. Not only do they cause havoc rushing the passer, they also have the instincts to be able to drop back and get the interception on the screen play.
A 27-yard pick six by Peyton Moore.
You just can't say enough about being an instinctual, intelligent high school football player, and that's exactly what you just saw. Not only a guy who knows how to turn on and get after the quarterback, but also can feel when the screen is developing behind him and drop back and make a play.
Brenton King with the PAT. Coach, that is the 9th defensive touchdown by Mill Creek this season as you take a look at the TCSG touchdown replay.
Well, we talk about dominating defenses. This is not your average defense. An average defense goes out and plays hard and holds their opponents most of the time. A great defense gets tons of sacks, tons of turnovers, and tons of scores on defense. This is not an average defense. This is not a good defense. This is a great defensive unit that Mill Creek has. What they have done this year in Georgia's highest classification in one of the toughest regions in the state is just, you know, it just speaks volume to what type of coaching staff they've got and what type of talent they got on that side of the football.
And watch Peyton Moore as we take another look at that replay. He was on the pass rush, and then he stops. He recognizes, hey, I've seen this on film. This is a screenplay. Watch him stop in his tracks and catch the pass.
And that's the thing that you can't coach. They've got several guys on this defense that not only can play hard and get after it, but they're also very intelligent. And they understand down and distance. They understand how it feels to rush the passer, and also understand how it feels when something is fishy, when something's in the water, and being able to get back and get an interception on the screenplay. That's a sixth sense. That's not something that you've been coached to do. That's something that you're born with, an intelligence that is a sixth sense.
That is the third turnover for Archer here in the first half. They had only 9 turnovers total in their first 12 games this season.
Yeah, this Mill Creek defense is just outstanding. They're going to continue to put put pressure on these guys. It's going to be very hard for Archer to get back into this game without causing something special to happen.
And Jamias Williams gets dropped inside the 15-yard line by Jack Luker. And Jamias Williams might be hurt.
Well, he finally didn't kick the ball into the end zone for a touchback. You know, Archer gets a return, but they covered the kick like some maniacs and went down there and got a tackle inside of the 15-yard line. Outstanding job by covering the kick on Mill Creek. If he doesn't kick it into the end zone, you see the end result, you know, with great special teams right now from Mill Creek.
What a performance by Mill Creek in this first half to take a 17-0 lead, and their defense has been on a feeding frenzy. Interceptions by Otiwu and Peyton Moore. And a fumble recovery on a strip by Otiwu. And a fumble recovery on that play that ended up turning into an 88-yard touchdown drive for Mill Creek.
Got to keep an eye on Beardy. He's been flexing that thumb, so let's see if he's okay after that last sack.
It's about an 8-yard pickup right there as Dylan Singleton, only his 20th carry of the season.
Yeah, they have got to find a way to establish the run. You know, right now things look bleak, but you can get back into this game by just doing what your original game plan was, running the football, sticking to your principles. There's plenty of time left in this game.
2nd down and 4. Jamias Williams back in there. He gets the handoff, and Williams up to the 23-yard line. Imbordino with his 2nd tackle of the night. That gets the first down.
Yeah, that's what Archer's got to do. They got to continue to run the football, you know, cause Mill Creek to have to load up and stop them from doing that and be able to take some shots with Cal Davis out on the perimeter.
14 carries, 65 yards for Jamias Williams in this first half. At 89 yards rushing last week against McEacher, he'll get the rock again. And this time, nothing doing. Tyler Vernon is there to stop him as we check in with John Nelson.
All right, a couple of updates from the left-hand side of the bracket. Roswell leading Collins Hill 7-3. That one's in the second quarter. An 8-yard touchdown pass from Willis to Terrell Baskins with the PAT. And the other surprise in 6A, Westlake leading Grayson. 2.5 to go in the first half. 14-7 back upstairs.
How about that? Interesting score going on there at Westlake tonight. And off to Miles Williams. He shoots through the hole and up to the 41-yard line. And Chase Turner perhaps saved a touchdown with that tackle right there.
There's no doubt about it. Archer is doing what they need to do, which is run the football. Run the football, and it's going to open some things for them in the passing game as we continue to go through this game.
Only 15 seconds left in the half, so now you got to take a shot.
Yeah, you got to take a shot if you need to. You know, it's one thing. You don't want to also give up a touchdown right here on an interception return.
Now here's the shot right here. Bearden down the sideline, jump ball, going for Kyle Davis, and it's broken up by Gibson. Actually, they were going for Aramis Bryant, and it's going to be 2nd down.
But one thing Gibson has shown is that he's going to do a good job playing the deep ball. He's got great length at 6 feet. You know, he's a sophomore, but he also has some tools and some leaping ability and some outstanding ball skills. You know, he's still a tough out on the deep ball. They tried in some underneath with the curl and the stop route and some shorter routes and making him come up and make tackles. You know, but, you know, did a good job right down the deep ball.
And they're going to take a knee, and that'll be the end of the first half. Mill Creek with a 17-0 lead. You know, they went to Kyle Davis 3 times on the opening drive, but haven't been back to him. And I noticed Kyle Davis was not on the field on that possession.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what's going on with that situation. You know, one of the best receivers in the country. You've got all types of opportunities for him out there on the field.
All right, let's check in with John Nelson down on the field. Nelly? Apparently, Nelson's mic has given out. Let's see if they can get it working real quick while they still have Shannon Jarvis standing by. But a very impressive first half for Mill Creek, trying to get to the state semifinals for the first time in school history. And I believe we got a new mic for Nelson. And John, take it away. Still not working.
trust our fundamentals, our ability, but we've got a whole nother half to play. We cannot rest on this, and we've got to execute better. Offensively, we haven't done nothing in the last couple of drives, so we're going to go in and get some adjustments made and hopefully play better offensively this next half.
And talking about that offense, you were taking advantage of some of the opportunities. I know that you went for that halfback option pass too when you were up 10.
We did, and right now we're battling through. Cameron got hit on his shoulder, so we're battling with that a little bit. So I believe he's going to be a lot more accurate. We're going to work him out here at halftime and hopefully get his accuracy back on this next half. But we're trying to take our shots right there because they've got a great defense, and when you get an opportunity to get points, we want to do everything we can to get those points, and we got to do that through execution, though. And probably as a coach, I maybe should have been a little more patient, let our kids play right there. But we thought we had the look we wanted, and we wanted to execute for that score. But we're going to come back out here, get the ball to open up the second half, and hopefully play Mill Creek football right there. And let's see if we can get some more points.
Thanks, Shan.
Thank you, John.
All right, let's send it over to the set. The halftime show starts right now.
Thank you, John. Coming up on the Football Fridays in Georgia halftime show, we'll hear from both the Archer and the Mill Creek Marching Band. Plus, we'll have scores from around the state, and there are some upsets to talk about.
Also, we'll bring you the latest from social media. We've got people watching from really far away, so you definitely don't want to miss that. John Nelson will go to a place he's very familiar with, the principal's office, and we'll check in with some of the parents of tonight's players. That and more coming up on the GPB halftime show. Stay with us.
This program on GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Georgia students have a unique opportunity to prepare for their future. Whether you plan to attend a 2-year college, 4-year university, or go straight into the world of work, the Georgia CTAE Work-Based Learning Program teaches students essential career skills through real-world experiences and on-the-job training. Choose from over 127 career pathways. School counselors have the details, or learn more at gadoe.org.
Game day brings out the best in all of us. At Regions, every day is game day.
Providing safe, affordable, and reliable electricity requires more than bucket trucks and utility poles. These are the faces behind your power. For more than 75 years, Georgia's nonprofit, member-owned electric cooperatives have been on a mission to brighten the lives of more than 4.5 million Georgians. We are Georgia's EMCs, proudly serving our members, lighting the way.
We're under those Friday night lights live at Mill Creek Community Stadium in Houston, Georgia. Halftime of the Archer Mill Creek game, and we're getting ready for a big second half. But first, let's check in with Jackie. She's got the latest on social media. Jackie?
That's right, Mark. So we've been wanting you guys to chime in from wherever you are all across the country. But hey, if you're overseas too, that works because you can stream the GPB Sports app from your device. If you go into the App Store, type in GPB Sports, you can watch this game live. And we have several people who are doing that so far. Now, this has become a contest, you guys. First, we have Ed Hooper, who is watching from the Cobb Fire Station 22 tonight. Firefighter Ed Hooper watching it with us tonight. Awesome. We're glad that you're with us. Then we have Zachary watching from Kansas. And if you can see this, I'm going to zoom in here. They're around the dinner table, and they're streaming it from their iPad there. How cute is that? All right, Kansas, that's pretty far. But hold on, it gets better. Grant Fox watching football game on the web. Couldn't watch it here, but they're in Wisconsin. Couldn't watch it in Wisconsin without us. So we've got Wisconsin right now. Then we have Wilder's World watching my kids all the way from San Antonio, courtesy of GPB Sports. Fight hard, boys. Hashtag always attack is trending. Go Hawks. All right, and then we have Catherine watching from Boston, Massachusetts, saying, go Tigers. I was in Boston this time last year. It's got to be pretty cold up there. So the mileage actually between Boston and San Antonio is not that much of a difference. So if you want to win this contest, you got to be upwards of 1,000+ miles. So be sure to tweet us at GPB Sports. Tell us where you're watching the game from. Send us photos. If you're watching on your couch or around the dinner table like that family was, that's the stuff that we love to see here. And whoever is the furthest is tonight's winner, which we will reveal in the post-game show, and you will get some GPB swag. So be sure to find us on Facebook, on Twitter, also on Snapchat at GPB Sports, and you can see all the behind-the-scenes action. The conversation is great right now. The competition is really heating up. We want you to chime in. Tell us where you're watching from.
Time now for another round of Are You Smarter? John Nelson is where he frequently has found himself in the past, in the principal's office with the principal of Archer High School, Ken Johnson. John?
Yes, I am where I always am, the principal's office, and time to catch up with the visitors first time around. And Mr. Johnson actually informed me that he's 3 for 3. He was 3 for 3 last year, so let's see if we can continue the streak going. But first off, jinx, I know. What's going on at Archer these days?
Well, it's been a great year, John, and certainly exciting to be playing in the quarterfinals tonight. So we're looking forward to a great next break coming up, next holiday break.
All right, so no break for us. It is time to play Are You Smarter? A question I have not seen and you have not seen, so here we go. Why is today called Black Friday? Is it A, because some people end up with black eyes while fighting over popular toys and electronics? I saw that video, so I would vote A. B, because people get up in the middle of the night to hunt for bargains? Or C, because retailers often say this is the time of year their ledgers go from the red ink of debt to the black ink of profit?
I guess I'll say C.
That is correct. And your additional information, technically it's C, although all of the above could apply. Yes, Lisa, thank you very much. So could the mood of employees who have to clock into work on this, the busiest analog shopping day of the year. Nicely done.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, John.
See, he's 4 for 4. Yeah, exactly. 4 for 4. 5 and 2, 4 for 4. Let's send it back over to the set.
John, you're always a whiz at math. I've always said that.
No, I'm no whiz at math. No, not at all. I've got C's and D's in trig, so I am not a whiz in math at all.
Well, you know, when you talk a little bit of math when it comes to Georgia high school football, at the beginning of the season, way back in August, there are over 400 schools in the state of Georgia that play football and within 7 classifications. In the playoffs, 192 make the playoffs. We are now down to 56 teams, and after tonight, it'll be just 28 teams remaining to battle it out for 7 state championships in 7 different classifications. So we'll see how that all works out as we head into the semifinals next week. And, of course, the finals here on GPB, all 7 championship games Friday and Saturday, December 11th and December 12th. Now, let's check in with Jackie. It's time to the segment we call Rent Check, where we check in with the parents. And Jackie's standing by with a couple of great ones.
That's right. Bobby and Diane Richburg are joining me. Their son is Braxton, number 17 for Mill Creek. And so far, Mill Creek off to a great start, don't you think?
Yes, it is.
What do you think? You proud of him out there?
Oh, yes. Very proud of all of them.
Are you guys ready for Rent Check?
Yes, we are.
All right. They're a confident group. All right. First question. What is his favorite Thanksgiving dish?
I would say macaroni and cheese, not necessary for Thanksgiving, but for every meal.
All right. What do you think, Dad?
I would go with mac and cheese.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you, it's cornbread. Cornbread. Does that surprise you guys? Oh, okay. They got, all right. All right. Who has been his inspiration for hard work and dedication?
It used to be me, but I think I was replaced by Coach Boo.
Coach Boo?
That's correct. Coach Gerald Boo Mitchell. All right. And then what does he get psyched about for a game? What does he do to get psyched? I'm sorry. What does he do to get psyched before a game?
I would say music or pray.
Music.
Man, you guys are nailing it. Yeah, listen to music and read the Bible. Then we've got one more. His favorite Thanksgiving family tradition.
We missed it this year, but I would say going to grandmom's and granddad.
Grandmom's in South Carolina.
See, moms, yeah, you let her answer first. I wonder why that is. She seemed to know all the answers correct. Guys, you did a great job tonight. We're going to give you some GPB swag here that you get to go home and show that off to your friends. Thank you very much for joining us, and good luck to Braxton the rest of the night.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys. Mark, we'll send it back over to you. That was fun.
That was fun. They were good. Coming up on our GPB Football Fridays in Georgia halftime show, John Nelson hits the road in his back roads and backfield segment to check in with Coach Alan Chadwick and the Marist War Eagles. Plus, we'll have all kinds of scores from around the state. There are some upsets to talk about, and it's a lot more coming up on Football Fridays in Georgia's halftime show right after this timeout on GPB. So stay with us.
All this going on and on about how different we all are. Here's an idea. Let's talk about how we're all the same. How we live. How we love. The young. The old. The way we wear our hearts on our sleeves. The way we get up, my friends, and the way we get down. From our back roads all the way to our tree-lined streets, it is on Sunday that we are all the same. Because on Sunday, we are all Falcons. Rise up.
Here, beauty is a lot more than skin deep. For more than 100 years, we have focused on creating individual success stories. This is a place where professors are mentors, competition is cheered, collaboration counts, experience is hands-on, and connections are lifelong. VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, focused on your success.
The new College Football Hall of Fame and Chick-fil-A fan experience puts fans closer to the game experience. Featuring over 30,000 square feet of college football interactive exhibits. Tickets available at cfbhall.com.
Under the wolf moon of November. Welcome back to Football Fridays in Georgia's halftime show, live on GPB. We are live from Mill Creek Community Stadium. Right now, the Hawks lead the Archer Tigers by a score of 17-0.
We will get scores from around the state later on in the show, but first we're going to check in with John Nelson for another round of the game show that's sweeping the country. Oh, maybe just Georgia. It's time for another round of Are You Smarter with Mill Creek Principal. John, what you got?
Well, first off, I'm just glad that I got clarification about the Wolves moon from Mark, so that's good stuff on that end. You never keep learning here on Are You Smarter. What's going on here these days at Mill Creek?
We've had a great fall semester, 2 state championships in softball and girls cross country. Great academic environment. Fine Arts has had a great season so far, and obviously you can see the school spirit with our student section has been great this year too.
All right, it is time to play the game. Question number 2, one I have not seen, we have not seen at all. What popular toy caused actual rioting in 1983 when frantic parents tried to score one of these for their little darlings? Was it A, Power Rangers, B, Cabbage Patch Kids, or C, the Easy Bake Oven, the microwave edition?
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to go with B, the Cabbage Patch Kids.
And that is correct, all the way up from Cleveland. 1983 was the year that Georgia's own Xavier Roberts licensed his Cabbage Patch Kids to toy maker Coleco. and panic ensued. There was a lot of panic at the disco. There was panic all over the world. Thanks for hanging out with us and being a great host.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's it for 2 rounds of Are You Smart? Our principals went 2 for 2, and we almost had some heckling from one principal to the next. Back over to you guys.
You don't like to heckle the principals, I don't think. Time now to check out some scores from around the state on our Georgia EMC scoreboard. We check in with that Colquitt County game with South Forsyth. And Colquitt County, of course, is ranked number 1. They are undefeated. They're on a big winning streak. And right now, Colquitt County is leading South Forsyth by a score of 21-17 in the 4th quarter. Elsewhere, Grayson and Westlake tied up 7-7 in the 2nd quarter. Roswell leads Collins Hill 7-3. The Hornets are unbeaten so far this season. It is Allatoona leading Houston County 14-13 in the 2nd quarter. It is Northgate over Kell by a touchdown 14-7 in the 2nd quarter. Ware County, the Gators leading Drew 19-14 in the 2nd quarter. It is Stockbridge undefeated right now in Class 5A leading Glenn Academy by a touchdown 14-7 in the 2nd quarter. Woodward Academy unbeaten, taking on Marist. It is 22-7 Woodward Academy over Marist. Buford, the defending champs in Class 4A, lead Thompson 28-0 in the 2nd quarter. It is St. Pius leading Bainbridge. Bainbridge is unbeaten right now, but St. Pius leads that game at the half 10-6. It is Cartersville undefeated, top ranked in Class 4A, leading Jonesboro 14-7 in the 2nd quarter. Calhoun undefeated, ranked number 1 in 3A, leading Elbert County 6-3. It is Benedictine, they're undefeated, top ranked in AA, leading Fitzgerald 21-17 in the 2nd. And Marion County leads Commerce 13-10 at the half.
And after tonight, just 28 schools will continue on the road to the Dome on GPB's Football Fridays in Georgia. So now let's get to the schedule brought to you by the Georgia EMC. Next week is the semifinals of the GHSA Championships. Just 4 teams will remain in the 7 classifications to battle it out for a state title. And then the following week, it's championship week. We will be live from the Georgia Dome starting on Friday at 1 p.m. with the Single A Public School Championship game, followed by the 3A and 5A title games. And then on Saturday, the action kicks off at 10 a.m. with the Single A Private School Championship game, followed by the 2A, 4A, and 6A title games. GPB, of course, is your home for high school football in the state of Georgia, and it's going to be a doozy. We hope that you join us on the GPB Sports app, where you can keep up with all of the scores from around the state until we get to those championship games in December.
I can't believe there's only 2 weeks left, the semifinals and finals of high school football in Georgia, but I guess there is. Well, John Nelson's going to visit us now with another edition of Backroads and Backfields, brought to you by the Georgia Cotton Commission.
The natural choice for Georgia.
And this week you checked out the Marist War Eagles and Coach Alan Chadwick, who's won over 300 games in his career.
And you want to really discuss backfields. This man has had the same backfield for 3 decades, and he has had a tremendous amount of success. Take a look.
I hit it, 2-yard gain.
It's not something you see every day, and no, we're not talking about Marist in the playoffs. That's happened every year since 1982. It's their offense, the veer, the wishbone, the triple option, whatever you call it. It's been the backbone of the team's success. It's discipline at its finest and drives teams crazy, unless, of course, you're the one running it.
I mean, it's just ever since I've been doing it since 7th grade, it's all so familiar, and it's always fun to see the teams that we play against, because you can tell they have never seen them, because they're always so used to the spread format, the right read option, and to see teams try to stop the veer, stop triple. It's fun trying to see them defend it, because you can tell some teams don't really know what to do.
It really is. I mean, it's unique. That's what I like about it. You know, when people see you getting a 4-point stance on game day, they usually kind of question you, like, why are you guys doing that? But I kind of like it. I embrace it. You know, it's more of a grind, and you really kind of get into that as the season goes on. It's a lot of fun.
And against a team like Woodward Academy, today the possessions are limited. The mistakes have to be minimal in a clash of styles. You have to do one thing.
Play a near-perfect game.
You really don't hear that a lot. You have to play a near-perfect game.
Yeah. I mean, they're a good team. We're 3rd round. There's not much teams out there who aren't going to be very good. So, I mean, we have to play good ball. It's good.
The mastermind has been at the forefront of it for 31 seasons as head coach, and Alan Chadwick is 5th all-time with 343 wins. Realistically, he could be number 2 on the list this time next year. Having won the school's 2 state titles is cool and all, but Chadwick doesn't get wrapped up in numbers.
You know, the ones I remember the most are the
tough losses, the close losses, and the ones you felt like you could and should have won. Those are the ones that kind of wear on me the most. But it's a feeling of pride to look back and see the consistency and the longevity that we've had, and that's due to the players, the administration, the coaches that we've had to come through the program. We've been very blessed to be around a lot of great people.
And Alan Chadwick has a 7-foot staff, and he will have it some days at practice. He expects to take that 7-foot staff and be able to drop it from the back heel of his quarterback to the beginning of the stance of his A-back. He wants 2 1/3 yards for that distance, but he's had to move his fullback a little further in this year just to give him that much extra push.
So you're telling me that he's evolving over the course of these years?
By about a foot at a time, yeah.
All right. The Back Roads and Backfields brought to you by the Georgia Cotton Commission.
The natural choice, quickly, for Georgia.
Woo. Now it's time for our career play of the game presented by the Technical College System of Georgia.
Looking for a career that helps sustain our environment? Look to the Technical College System of Georgia. Choose a career in sustainable technology like solar power, environmental engineering, natural resources management, and many more. Get hands-on instruction from TCSG instructors with real-world experience. Change your life. Let TCSG help you find a career and a job. tcsg.edu.
Tell you what, if Mill Creek keeps playing that balanced offense against this Archer defense, they're going to look pretty good second half.
Well, we're going to send it up to the two guys who are going to call the second half, Matt Stewart and the head coach of the Tucker Tigers, Brian Lamar.
All right, thank you, Mark. The Mill Creek Hawks have shut out 5 opponents this year. They are 24 minutes away from their 6th shutout and their first ever trip to the state semifinals. We'll come back and get the second half started. Mill Creek on top of 2014 state finalist Archer, 17-0.
Some questions can't wait until morning. So I'm one of many nurses at Cigna with answers, anytime, day or night. I'm Lauren, and I've got your back.
Miss Garner from Forest Park High School sparked an interest in me to really push me in education, to be more than just a student athlete. You know, each and every day she challenged me to be a leader, a role model, and somebody positive in our community. I can never thank her enough for what all she's done for me. And there are teachers just like Miss Garner all over the state of Georgia today.
Cotton contributes $2.5 billion to the state's economy annually. It takes more than 60 cotton gins and manufacturers to bring cotton into our everyday lives. Kids always like to stay in the pool a little too long, and when they do get out, covered in goosebumps, you feel the urge to wrap them up. The cozy embrace of cotton does the job. Cotton, the natural choice for Georgia.
I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick.
She's perfectly healthy.
Cigna covers preventive care. That's having your back.
Welcome back to Mill Creek and Markham Field, getting ready for the second half here. Archer down 17-0 here with head coach Andy Dyer. Obviously, defensively, Mill Creek was coming at you from a bunch of different angles, creating a lot of pressure on Will, which gave them the mistakes to give them points.
Yeah, we got to do a better job protecting this half, no doubt, and just find a way to scratch and claw and get ourselves down the football field. We started the game off, drove the ball down the field, and had a turnover, and then had a penalty that let them get out of some field position there, and that kind of got us on our heels. So we've got to try to get on the balls of our feet and play Archer football this half.
Thanks, Coach. Send it upstairs for first half highlights and stats with Matt and Coach Lamar.
Thank you, Nelly. And Brian, that's the thing that really struck us as you watched this game. It seemed like Mill Creek had 14 guys on defense. They were just swarming so much.
Well, Mill Creek's got one of the best defenses in the state. You know, they've got guys who can get after the quarterback without sitting the blitz. And a couple of times they added Bull in with the blitz. they weren't able to pick it up. Just pressure coming from all angles.
Let's take a look at those first half highlights, and it was that defense that got the points. That great opening drive for Archer. They go 68 yards, but Otiwu with the strip. They recover the fumble, and that turns into the touchdown pass from Turley to LeConte and a 7-0 Mill Creek lead. Then they got a field goal from Brenton King to make it 10-0.
Yeah, they had an opportunity to go ahead and get some points on the board early. They turned the ball over, and then it's been downhill from there. Mill Creek has been all over it.
Yeah, Peyton Moore with the interception of the screen pass. He takes it back 29 yards for the touchdown and a 17-0 lead for Mill Creek as we head to the second half. And look at that, Mill Creek actually behind in total yards, but they've come up with the big plays on defense to get points on the board.
Yeah, big plays, and they played on the shorter field. You know, those two things have kind of worked in their favor, the field position and also, the turnovers.
Well, the good news for Mill Creek is they will get the ball to start this third quarter. And the kick will be taken at the 5-yard line.
We got a crease.
Wow, what a return! Braxton Richburg all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Well, special teams always plays a huge part in games like this. And right now, Mill Creek has got a big edge, making field goals, covering kicks, and now returning the opening kickoff.
A 70-yard return by Braxton Richburg. An incredible field position for Mill Creek to start this third quarter. And if Archer gives up a score here, Coach, they're in deep trouble.
There's no doubt about it. We talk about Mill Creek playing on a short field. They come out in the second half with assuming they're going to have to drive the length of the field, and now they got another short field.
1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Hand off LeConte, and Daniel LeConte gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No running room right there. And that was Quinn Miller, the Mike linebacker, making the tackle.
Yeah, still nothing going in the middle of that defense. Archer still, playing tough run defense. Just got to figure out a way how to get a stop right here in a situation where your back is up against the wall.
2nd down and 8 from the 24-yard line. Turley, heavy rush, throws off his back foot and incomplete. There was nobody there, and it's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, you saw Archer send a little pressure from the edge right there. Something they like to do, sending a 4-man pressure by rushing the outside linebacker, was able to get pressure rushing 4.
Turley 8 of 13 for 62 yards and 1 touchdown in that first half. And most of that came on their opening drive of 88 yards for the touchdown.
It's a huge 3rd down right here. Mill Creek looking to convert. Archer looking to get a stop. Very pivotal point in the game.
Turley, heavy rush, comes over to this side, and it's incomplete. Alston was out of bounds even if he had caught it. And now it's going to be 4th down, and they'll bring Brenton King on for another long field goal attempt.
Yeah, Coach talked about his shoulder being, shoulder bothering him right there, and I'm not so sure that it's not. I mean, he had a guy wide open with an opportunity to get him in space and be able to make a play. He just overthrew him. Had a little pressure, but not too much pressure right there. Should have been able to complete that pass.
This will be a 42-yard attempt for Brenton King. He missed from 47 yards in the second quarter. And he has hit already once in this ball game from 42, and this one is going to be good. Second field goal of the night for Brenton King, and so they cash in on that 70-yard kickoff return and get 3 and take a 20-0 lead.
Yeah, you gotta feel bad for the Archer defense a little bit. They played pretty well tonight. Actually, have held Mill Creek to less yards than Archer has gained on them, but it's just unfortunate they've had to play on the short field and then giving up some points right here with the field goals.
Let's check in with John Nelson.
Let's kick it and go to AA to TA Wright Stadium at Savannah State University. This one was back and forth, Fitzgerald and Benedictine, but it is now all Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald has scored 13 points in the third quarter to take a 33-20 lead over the defending champs in AA. So that's a tough game right now for Benedictine. The Cadets have another big hill to climb if they're going to try to get and defend that AA title, guys.
So Benedictine, the defending state champs, in some trouble in the second half of their quarterfinal matchup. And the kick will be taken by Tyler Rennell right on the goal line. Hands off to Jemias Williams. Flag goes down. We're going to have a blocking in the back penalty, I believe. And so that's going to pin Archer in a deep hole to start this third quarter. That's the second time they've tried to run a handoff to Jemias Williams to get him the kickoff return, and neither time has it worked.
Yeah, it's a tough call to make that kind of call. The ball being kicked so high and so deep. It's really slow developing play, and the guys are getting the opportunity to come down and cover it.
Plus, we're going to have a penalty as we check in with Ronnie Melton here. It's an unsportsmanlike penalty. Looks like an offsetting penalty again. No, we do have a block in the back as well. So we had two penalty calls, the offsetting penalties on the unsportsmanlike, and then the block in the back that will be marked off against Archer here.
Yeah, Archer's in tough shape right here. They got to figure out a way to move the football. You know, now you get into a position where you're down 3 scores, and it's going to get harder and harder to just run that football. And when you get into that obvious passing situation, you know Mill Creek's going to pin their ears back and come after you.
And I'm looking to see, I don't see Kyle Williams or Kyle Davis on the field.
Well, right now they're going to use more of a goal line package and try to create some room.
Right. Got their beef package in there right now, and Bearden goes down immediately. Looks like he got submarined. Just trying to push the ball out from the shadow of their own goalpost.
Yeah, trying to get some breathing room, because right now if you get sacked, it's going to be a safety.
So second down and 10. Hand off again. Jemias Williams gets driven back. Otiwu met him at the line of scrimmage. And now it's going to be third down. Fourth tackle of the night for Sidney Otiwu, who also has a big interception and a tackle for loss in this game.
Yeah, again, they're trying to run the power play off tackle, blocking down and kicking out. Mill Creek doing a good job of squeezing and spilling the play. It's what we talk about, not having any seams in your defense.
Third down.
Go!
Jemias Williams dropped by Otiwu again.
That's just fundamentally sound defense by Mill Creek. They're doing a good job of spilling the ball. They're trying to kick those defenders and create a crease in the defense. They squeeze it, spill it to Otiwu, and he makes the tackle. Great job spilling. That's just fundamental, perfect football. Mill Creek's not only talented, but they're also well coached.
And so Matthew Fritz will have to punt out of the back of his own end zone. And Chase Turner stands at his own 41 to receive. Turner steps up to the 38 to catch it. Comes to the near side. And Turner, they're going to try to set up a wall to the outside. And Turner, nice return inside the 30 and finally down to the 24. 33-yard kick and a 13-yard dancing return by Chase Turner.
Well, you got to say that, Coach Jarvis obviously is living right, because he's getting great field position tonight. Offense not having to do much. Defense is getting after it. The special teams, again, we talked about the field goals early in the game, a field goal here to start the second half, a great kickoff return, and now another punt return to set them up in great position. They're going to have opportunity to get a score.
Yeah, they're already in points range right here with Brenton King, their field goal kicker. First and 10, ball at the 23-yard line for Shannon Jarvis's team. Turley throws it complete to Alston. They try to set up some blocks out there for Alston, and he scampers down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that's what we're talking about, not being able to run the ball up the middle of the field, but being able to put the ball on the perimeter, let your guys make some plays, get positive yards. It's all about getting positive yards. The Archer defense and Mill Creek defense are very similar. You're not going to be able to just line up and just run the ball at them. You're going to have to create some separation, get them tired, running from sideline to sideline with the quick screens.
That was the third catch of the game for Alston. Handoff, Joe Thomas got stopped right in the gap. No running room for Joe Thomas that time. Will Cholo making the tackle for Archer. And Ryan Morrell was there as well. Morrell with his fourth tackle of the ball game. Cholo in on it as well.
Yeah, it's just tough to get runs in the middle of this defense. You can see them trying to run what we call a dart play, trying to block down and pull the guard around and create some space. It's just, you know, Archer guys getting downhill, putting their feet in the ground and being physical.
Third down and 1 yard to go, maybe 2. Handoff, Joe Thomas, first down. And Joe Thomas inside the 10-yard line. They'll move the sticks and have it 1st and goal to go.
Well, we talked about it, you know, when Archer had the ball trying to get out, they ran the power play, blocked down, put 2 or 3 blockers at the point of attack, created a crease. Right here, you'll see Mill Creek run the same concept, blocking down and see the kick-out block and able to make the crease right there in the defense. Very good execution of the power play.
Great job on that right side of the offensive line, led by Jack Franklin, the quick tackle. Not much doing that time. Morrell making the tackle on Joe Thomas.
Well, they came back to it again, but this time they got leakage from the backside. You know, that's the thing that can hinder those plays. If you don't get cut off on the backside and you allow penetration and get tackles for losses, it gets you in a bad situation. You know, I thought that they really had the point of attack block well there. They just had some leakage from the backside. Got to do a good job of cutting off, you know, backside defensive linemen or blitzers.
Morrell's the guy that's been filling in for Quinn Miller when he's been out with that back injury, and Miller's not out there right now. 2nd down and goal. Turley going to the end zone and broken up. Nice play on the edge by the corner, Aramis Bryant. They were trying to get the ball here on the near side to Joe Thomas, and it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, it looked like they came back with the wheel route and tried to send him up the sideline. Had a great opportunity. Great play by the defense. Wasn't really fooled. They did a good job of exchanging routes in that situation. A lot of times you're looking at a man-to-man situation and looking to get a rub, but that time they didn't get a rub. They switched it with zone coverage and were able to make a play on the ball. Also had great pressure with the blitz and actually got a shot on the quarterback.
And there's Jack Franklin. We were just talking about him a few moments ago, and he's down there looking at his right leg.
Yeah, you hate to see that right there. Mill Creek, the strength of their team is the offensive line. What a great unit. You hate to see a guy go down. Hopefully he'll be back into the game.
Big boy right there.
Well, that's one thing about Mill Creek. They don't lack size on their offensive line. They got some big guys, some big mean dudes that's extremely well coached, and they get after it.
You know, it's interesting. Shannon Jarvis was telling us, Coach, that he saw the competitive edge in this team back in February when they were going through weightlifting and conditioning, and then in the spring and the summer, they quietly knew they had a special group of kids.
But that's one thing about it. For you to make a run in the state playoffs here in Georgia, you got to have a special group. You can't be ordinary. You can't just have average guys out there. You got to have a special group because they're going to encounter all types of obstacles they're going to have to be able to overcome, and it takes character.
3rd down and goal from just inside the 10. Turley, a heavy rush, and they've got him. Quarterback sack back at the 14-yard line. Dante Evans with the quarterback sack. First time we've called his name tonight. His 5th sack of the season for the commitment to Ole Miss.
Well, one thing about Evans, they love to use him as a blitzer, especially from the outside. He is a grown man. He's size, he's strength, he's speed coming off the edge. He's tough to block. And so, again, you see Archer getting them in an obvious passing situation. Both defenses are very tough to block in those situations.
Middle of the field right here for Brenton King, and this is a 38-yarder, and it is no good. He missed the 38-yarder. 2nd miss of the night for Brenton King.
One thing about King, he's had plenty of opportunities tonight and has done a decent job, not only on the field goals, but also in kickoffs. And so he's giving his team an opportunity. He's got to keep his head in the game. But a great stand by the Archer defense. They needed to get a stop right there, and they just got a huge one in a big way. Actually, their second time doing that, holding them to a missed field goal. This defense has played with its back against the wall. Offense has got to get something going.
So Archer goes back on offense, down 20-0. The play gets blown dead. So has the door been left open for Archer to make a comeback here? Brenton King has kicked 2 field goals from 42 yards and 41 yards, but he's also missed from 47 and 38.
Yeah, the thing about it is the door is still open. You're talking about 3 touchdowns and you win the game if you can make it extra points. It's just going to, you got to, have patience. It's going to be piece by piece. Archer can't get 21 points on this next play. They've got to work themselves back into the game and get themselves an opportunity.
Archer rallied from a 14-3 deficit at McEachern last week to beat the Indians. Pass across the middle, tipped up into the air. Micah Bull tipped it up into the air, and they nearly had another pick.
Well, this defense is very opportunistic. They're going to be active with their hands. They got great drops right there again. They just rushed 4. They dropped the other 7 and had an opportunity for a deflection.
It's amazing, Coach. It really is. It's like if you're Archer, our 11 are trying to block 14 or 15 guys because it seems like they're all over the field.
Well, that's that sixth sense. When you got guys that's actually playing at another level mentally, it makes the game a lot easier.
Ball up, and it was caught by Kyle Davis. First catch, or did he drop it?
He dropped it. A great job of what we call playing the hands. In the secondary, we teach guys to play the hands. So not only is the guy making the catch with the ball touches his hands, but we're going to beat the hands and beat the arms and strip the ball. That was a great job of what we call playing the hands and finding a way to get that ball out there. The play is not over until the whistle has been blown.
And that was Keyshawn Miller playing the hands, making the big play. He had a huge game in their region championship victory against Peachtree Ridge.
And they haven't thrown at Miller much because he's a savvy veteran. They've been trying to take shots against the sophomore.
3rd down and long. Blitz coming off the edge, going up top, and cannot connect with Kyle Davis.
Well, Archer's getting to the point now where they're just kind of getting out of an offensive rhythm. Mill Creek has got them out of the offensive rhythm, and now they're just taking shots. Again, wasn't a lot of consistency on that last drive in terms of getting positive yards. They actually went backward the other way. That was not a good series for Archer. The defense has got to make something happen. Mill Creek got a score on defense. Archer might have to get a score on defense to kind of get their guys going.
Meantime, the field position game has been squarely in favor of Mill Creek all night. They should start this drive on their plus side of the 50.
Yeah, Archer's got to do something to change the field position right now because they're sitting in a situation where they're always back on their heels. They're always one play away from something bad happening.
That was a 31-yard kick. Mill Creek will take over at their own 49 when we get back. They have a 20-point lead on Archer.
Here, beauty is a lot more than skin deep. For more than 100 years, we have focused on creating individual success stories. This is a place where professors are mentors, competition is cheered, collaboration counts, experience is hands-on, and connections are lifelong. VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, focused on your success.
The insurance industry is a relationship business. I try to be out in the community, as much as I possibly can. We're local agents in the community. We're part of the community.
I love doing business in the town that I live in. My clients are my friends.
They can just step in my office and say hello. That's very important to me.
We want to be available to them in case they need us.
You get a lot of reward personally going home at night knowing that you've taken care of folks.
Welcome back to Mill Creek, halfway through the 3rd. The Hawks leading Archer 20-0. Now let's go to Quad A in Colquitt Stadium down in College Park. The last time before tonight Mariston Woodward played each other was 1995. Tonight, It is all Woodward getting revenge 20 years later. Isaiah Holyfield with a score. It is 35-7, 90 seconds and counting in the third quarter. Looks like Woodward and Buford, if the scores hold, will play in the left-hand side of the bracket in Quad A back upstairs.
Wow, how about Woodward and Buford in the semifinals? That's really a state championship game right there.
Hey, it's coming down to it. Only the stronger surviving. Next week, you're going to have great matchups with whoever is left.
1st and 10 for Mill Creek. They are 18 minutes away from going to the semifinals for the first time ever. Turley throws, and it is complete to the tight end, Riley Snyder. And Riley Snyder has a first down at the 35-yard line of Archer.
Again, one of the keys to the game was defending the play-action pass. They came with the waggle right there, a play they tried earlier in the game. This time they were able to connect with the tight end on the drag.
Just the 5th catch of the season for Snyder. And Mill Creek going for perhaps a knockout punch here in the third quarter. LeConte on the carry and tackled by Dylan Singleton.
Yeah, we're probably going to have a hold on this, going to bring it back and put them in a tough situation.
And it is a hold against Mill Creek.
Yeah, and that's tough, especially with these caliber defenses. That can kill a drive, a holding call, a 10-yard penalty that can put your offense in the bind. We'll have to see what Mill Creek is going to do to kind of chip away at this thing and try to get themselves into a third and manageable distance.
So that'll back it up to the 43-yard line.
Yep, Mill Creek's just got to do what they do. You can't get 20 yards on one play. Just try to get it to a third and manageable. Gain some yards here, gain some yards on second down, and give yourself a chance.
Early rolling to his right, throwing, and incomplete. The wide receiver ran into Coach Andy Dyer, didn't he? I think he got flattened by Coach Dyer. Miles Riley on the pass route, chasing after that ball. And you see Turley flexing that right shoulder. And we heard Shannon Jarvis tell John Nelson about it. He took a shot on that shoulder, and I think that's affected his accuracy tonight.
Yeah, I think that shoulder's really bothering him because he started the game off with pinpoint accuracy, and now he's really struggling to connect with his targets.
He's 2 of 6 for 17 yards in this half.
Yeah, he's really struggling.
Handoff goes to LeConte, and LeConte. Frank Finch making that tackle for Archer. 5th tackle of the night for Frank Finch, and it brings up 3rd down and long for Mill Creek.
Yep, 3rd and long. They didn't get much on that first down and left themselves with a lot of yards to gain. I would think they would kind of be conservative right here, probably looking for a screen or a draw.
Yeah. If they can get 10 yards, they'll trot King back out there for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, you just want to get positive yards in this situation.
They're 4 of 9 on their 3rd downs tonight. Turley given time, fires, and overshoots his man again. And again, there's that accuracy issue. Preston Norwood, the intended target, and now it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, it's a great job of protection for the most part. It's still very inaccurate when it comes down to completing those passes, especially hitting the crossers in the middle of the field. Having a really hard time timing them up and keeping the ball down. The ball is really floating on him.
And they bring Micah Bull out there to punt for the 2nd time tonight. And again, Bull is their Mike linebacker, but Shannon Jarvis says he likes to have an athlete back there, punter, in case something goes wrong. You got an athlete with the ball in his hands. He booms this kick inside the 5-yard line and off of the face mask of Keyshawn Miller, and it deflects out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Coach, when you're living right, you're living right.
And that's one thing we talked about earlier in the game. Coach Jarvis is living right. Well, now they're going to say it went back into the end zone and then came back out.
Well, let's see what happened there, because if that is down at the 1-yard line, that is the luckiest downing of a punt that I've ever seen.
Well, it's one of those things where you got to get down and turn around and be able to find the ball. Did a terrible job of just finding the ball. Should have went down and turned. Was kind of looking for the ball before it hit the ground. It's tough when the returner doesn't go and track the ball, and you've got to turn around and find the ball, and that's kind of the situation that he ran into there.
The official that was right there 5 feet away from the play spotted it out at the 1-yard line, but he got overruled.
Yeah, I think that's a tough break. The official might have had it right, and just looking at the angle in which the ball was deflected. It looked like it might have went out of bounds, right in between the goal line and the 1 yard line. It's kind of weird that you'd have an official come from distance to tell you that the ball went into the end zone. That's a tough break.
Let's check in with John Nelson.
Time to go double A and kick it back down to the coast. Savannah Benedictine, the double A defending champ, is on the ropes. It was 23-10. Benedictine had the lead. It's now 40-28 Purple Hurricane late third quarter. So Fitzgerald on the road. Jason Strickland on the verge if they can get through the next 14 minutes with a big win in double A.
Big tackle by Atiwu again. Sidney Atiwu with 6 tackles tonight, 1 for loss, an interception. That guy has been all over the field.
And we knew that coming in. Dude, that's what he's done all year, is fly around and get after people. He is athletic. He is explosive. He's a smart, intelligent football player. He's getting after tonight. He's the leader on defense, and he is getting after people.
88 tackles on the season for Atiwu, 13 for loss, 4 interceptions. Man, he really stuffs his stat line is what I was trying to say, and not much running room right there for Jamias Williams as Micah Bull makes the tackle.
Well, what was impressive on that last play was Archer actually had the play blocked correctly. They washed everything down. They kicked out the last man on the line of scrimmage. There was a crease, but you could see the speed of the Mill Creek defense. They flew to the ball and closed the gap in a heartbeat. It was a minimal gain.
90 yards rushing for Jamias Williams on 20 tough carries. Third down, they go deep, and it is broken up by Gibson. Trying to get the ball to Bryan, and there's the sophomore again coming up with a big-time play.
Yeah, what you're seeing right now is a dominant front. That time they've sent 6 guys. They sent the extra pressure up front. They got rid of the ball quickly, and you're seeing Mill Creek defensive backs play the ball in the air. There's the pressure. They sent the twist up front, and then they took a shot deep. You see a sophomore corner making plays on the ball. That's where that 6-foot frame, those long arms, and those great ball skills come into play. He's playing an outstanding game. Not giving up anything deep. That's the thing. Don't give up the deep ball. Make them catch it in front of you. Make them catch it in front of you. It's hard to execute over and over again on the short pass.
Fred's kick is taken by Chase Turner at the 50-yard line. 32-yard kick, and once again, Mill Creek living at the 50-yard line or the plus side of the 50 this entire ball game.
I think you're seeing a heavyweight fight. We talk about 2 great defenses, but Mill Creek is not only making stops, they've also created scores, and they have just dominated the field position. Archer is not being able to get enough first downs to at least flip the field. They're in a bad situation until they figure out how to get positive gains on offense.
Yeah, Mill Creek has scored only 1 offensive touchdown the entire night, yet they lead it 20-0. Handoff goes to LeConte.
Well, in a game like this, special teams is going to be key. And right now, Mill Creek has the edge in special teams. Right now, they would probably be still backed up in their shadows of their own end zone had they not had the huge kickoff return to start the second half. And that, flipped the field, and then also being able to pin them deep, moving forward from there.
Yeah, Archer's been paying for it ever since.
Ever since.
2nd down and 6. Ball at the 46. Handoff LeConte. Cholo makes the tackle at the 44-yard line. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Back down to John Nelson.
Let's just run through what's going on in 6A right now. In the other half of this bracket, 21 unanswered for Colquitt. They're leading 28-17 at South Forsyth. Left-hand side of the bracket right now, Grayson is leading Westlake 21-14. That's in the third upper part of the bracket. Roswell is leading Collins Hill by the score of 10-3. That's your update in 6A.
All right. 3rd down and 4. I wrote in my blog this week that I've often argued that the best round of the playoffs in the state of Georgia is the quarterfinals.
Yeah, the quarterfinals is normally the first time you can get ones against ones, and that's when you really get a lot of key matchups. But it's a lot of regions like, you get a lot of 2 seeds like Archer that find themselves in a great position. Everyone who is playing in the 3rd round has fought their butts off to get here. No one's here by happenstance.
Braxton Richburg with the catch, and then he comes up limping and can't make it back to the sideline. That's a 1st down catch for Braxton Richburg, but it looks like he might have turned his right ankle.
Yeah, we actually got 2 Mill Creek players down. We've got a lineman down, and then, of course, Braxton is down on this near sideline. not a bad ball there. You know, able to get the ball, able to complete one. It's a good job. And then we also got a face mask right there, you know, to add on. Mill Creek driving, having a chance to kind of, you know, put the game away if they can get a score right here.
Yeah, with that face mask penalty, it gives Mill Creek the ball 1st and 10 at the Archer 24-yard line. We have not seen Edmund Graham on the field for Mill Creek tonight. He's one of their top receivers. He does have a brace on his elbow that we saw in that he hurt earlier in the season. We have not seen him tonight. We've seen Alston instead. That would be a play that Edmund Graham would be running right there, but Alston has been getting the time in that slot tonight. He runs for a big 8 yards right there.
Well, that's one thing about Alston. He's been the big play guy tonight in terms of running the ball and getting on the perimeter. You know, a great job of blocking right here. We talked about it. You might not be able to run it up the middle of the field, but you got to get balance in the run game, able to get outside on the perimeter with the reach play. Great job blocking on the perimeter.
2nd down and 2. Handoff goes to Joe Thomas. Thomas inside the 10-yard line. He's got a 1st down.
And that's the same play. They came right back with it. They lined up in trips to the field and motioned the single receiver into the boundary and ran a reach play or stretch play, speed plays. You can call it what you want it. They got on the perimeter by zone blocking and then sealing off the perimeter.
It is just amazing how thoroughly Mill Creek has beaten Archer here tonight. As you see, Clifford Amazon, the nose tackle, is down on the field.
Well, what you're seeing right now is a tired defense. They've been on the field all night long. Archer has not only not been able to move the ball, but they haven't been able to get 1st downs.
Let's check in with John Nelson.
Let's drift up to Buccaneer Stadium in Ackworth, northwest of the city of Atlanta for Houston County and Allatoona. This one has gone back and forth. And if you want to call back Houston County, the 4th is now Allatoona. Allatoona now with a 30-27 lead. Point after is pending. Houston County had a 27-24 lead, had a 27-21 lead. This game probably will end on Tuesday, the way these two teams are scoring back upstairs.
All right, Clifford Amazon being helped off the field, and you can get the GPB Sports app. It's available at the iTunes store and for free, and you can keep up with all the scores you want every Friday night. You see Kobe Smith tapping Amazon on the head as he slowly makes his way to the sideline. Those two guys alternate at that nose tackle position.
Well, here we go. Archer's got to figure out a way to get a stop. Mill Creek's got a chance to really put the icing on the cake right here. If they can get a score, that'll be huge heading into the 4th quarter.
They could go up basically 4 touchdowns at the start of the 4th quarter.
And then you're talking about a miracle to win it.
Yep. Hand off to LeConte, and LeConte down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, you're really seeing a fatigued Archer defense. You know, you were getting guys coming downhill and knocking the pile back. Now we're starting to see Archer starting to really impose his will, creating creases and getting positive yards. We're going to see somebody break one here before long.
Yeah, you can just tell in the Archer body language they're worn out on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh yeah, they've been playing a great game, playing hard all night.
Nothing doing. Morrell making the tackle right there at the line of scrimmage. 6th tackle of the night for Morrell. We saw Quinn Miller out there earlier, but we haven't seen him out there lately, so high likelihood that that back injury has flared up on him again. He just couldn't go in the 2nd half.
Well, that's the thing about the back. You just never know, and then once it gets tight, you know, it's hard to get it back loose, and so he's probably struggling with that a little bit.
So 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line, and that is going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. They'll flip the field, and Mill Creek could be poised to apply the knockout punch when we start the 4th quarter. Mill Creek at 12-0, most wins they've ever had in a season. They've never advanced to the state semifinals, but now they are just 12 minutes away as they take a 20-0 lead on Archer into the 4th quarter.
plan to attend a 2-year college, 4-year university, or go straight into the world of work, the Georgia CTAE Work-Based Learning Program teaches students essential career skills through real-world experiences and on-the-job training.
All this going on and on about how different we all are. Here's an idea. Let's talk about how we're all the same. How we live. How we love. The young. The old. The way we wear our hearts on our sleeves. The way we get up, my friends, and the way we get down. From our back roads all the way to our tree-lined streets, it is on Sunday that we are all the same. Because on Sunday, we are all Falcons. Rise up.
The new College Football Hall of Fame and Chick-fil-A fan experience puts fans closer to the game experience. Featuring over 30,000 square feet of college football interactive exhibits. Tickets available at cfbhall.com.
This program on GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
This isn't just any team. This is your home team, okay? It's not about A team or B team. It's not about your boss telling you to be a team player or to take one for the team. No, home team is about pride. It's about standing strong, pulling together, and going crazy about a bad call you know is right. But because it was against your home team, it must be wrong. Look, some people just don't get it because it's not their team. But Farm Bureau Insurance does, because everyone needs a home team for insurance, and we are that.
Start of the fourth quarter. Mill Creek with a 20-0 lead on Archer. And just 12 minutes away from knocking out the 2014 state finalist Tigers. Winner of this ball game plays either Colquitt or South Forsyth in the semifinals. It's 3rd down and goal for Mill Creek as we begin the fourth quarter.
Archer really needs to get a stop right here. They're kind of in desperation mode.
Hawks are 4 of 10 on their 3rd downs. Turley goes up top and broken up. Nice play by Jamias Williams trying to get the ball to Miles Riley. And it's going to be 4th down.
That was a great stop right there by Archer. They got to try to figure out a way to see if they can block this kick. They motioned, ran the speeds, the same action they've been running, bringing a receiver in motion, and then took a shot with the play action. Great job of being disciplined and staying at home.
Brenton King is 2 for 4 tonight on his field goals. He's hit from 42 and 41. He's missed from 47 and 38. And this will be a 21-yard kick from the left hash. Kind of a weird angle. And that kick is going to be good. 21-yard field goal by Brenton King, his 3rd field goal of the night and his 18th field goal of the season. What a weapon for Mill Creek, and they lead at 23-0, and now they've pushed it beyond just a 3-touchdown game.
Yeah, now Archer's in real danger here. They're going to have to get something going and get something going quick. If nothing else, they're going to run out of time. Here's the deal: you don't have enough time to establish long drives.
Let's kick it up to the Reeve in Calhoun. A timeout was called, and this will tie the game if Elbert County gets the field goal attempt here. Spotted at the 15, Calhoun could be heading to overtime one more time. The kick kind of squirrels its way through, and it's good, so it looks like Elbert County and Calhoun will be going to overtime in AAA at the Reed. Not the first time Calhoun's been in overtime in this playoff run, but Elbert County has made it a little tougher. You can catch all the scores on the GPB Sports Football app, available in the App Store. We got games already going to overtime tonight, guys.
Wow. Here tonight it has been all Mill Creek, 23-0. They have suffocated Archer.
Yeah, Archer's in real trouble. Mill Creek has only allowed 17 points in the fourth quarter all year. You know, they would have to have almost a record performance, a record fourth quarter performance against this defense. This is a high caliber defense.
And no team has scored more than 17 points in a game against them all year. So Archer would have to do something that nobody has done this year against Mill Creek in order to come back and win this game.
Yeah, this Mill Creek defense is for real, and especially when they're going to be able to really be able to dictate what you're going to be able to do. You're going to have to throw the ball here, and that plays into the hand of Mill Creek because they can get after the quarterback.
Aramis Bryant picks up the first down, and Bryant runs it out to the 36-yard line. 16-yard pickup for Bryant right there as Chase Turner makes his 5th tackle of the night.
Well, here you can see it, you know, getting the ball out of his hands quick, something they tried to do early on in the game. They kind of got away from it, you know, which is take 5 yards and see if you can make a play. And that's exactly what they did. Were able to get positive yards in that situation.
Bryant had a big fourth quarter against McEachern last week. Beard goes up top, and they try to go back to Bryant that time, and Gibson breaks it up.
Well, I touched on that a little bit in the second quarter. At some point, they were going to come with the double move at the sophomore. So they ran a 5-yard stop and go and tried to get him on a double move. A great job of being disciplined by the sophomore corner.
That's a nice tight spiral by Bearden right there, though.
Yeah, Bearden threw a good ball. Yeah, the sophomore wasn't fooled. That's a play where you expect your wide receiver to be standing wide open after making a double move.
Gibson has had a heck of a ball game. The 6', 180-pound sophomore cornerback.
Well, that's what they're looking for at the Division I level. They're looking for tall corners with length, and that's exactly why. When you throw the ball up in the air, they can make plays.
They go back to the other side, and Kyle Davis and Keyshawn Miller gets him on the ground.
Well, Keyshawn Miller, you know, he's a stud. He's a kid that's been getting after it for a while. His senior year has been nothing but outstanding. He's got multiple picks. He's got scores on defense. You know, this defense is for real. There really isn't a weakness on the field for this Mill Creek defense.
Miller, a huge game against Peachtree Ridge. He had 2 picks, a pick 6, and their 20-17 overtime win. That is the only team this season that Mill Creek hasn't beaten by at least 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. And that's just an opportunity for them right here to really cement their legacy as a defense. You know, they are dominating a great football team. The best thing that Archer's got going is getting them to jump off sides. Yep. That's their best play all night. If you go back and do a breakdown of their positive plays, their best play is being able to draw them off sides. Besides that, it's been a couple of hitches on the outside, but for the most part, you've seen Mill Creek just, you know, punch Archer in the mouth for most of the night.
Yep, they've done it 3 times, drawn them off sides 3 times. That's a first down there for Archer at their own 49-yard line. It's been a long time since they've been on the other side of the 50, and they're still not. Singleton makes the catch, and he gets tackled immediately by Aaron Anderson.
Well, that's the strength of being able to apply pressure with the 4-man rush. Now you can drop back in zone coverage and be able to drive the ball. So when the ball is released from the quarterback, you've got guys driving the ball and being able to attack the receiver as soon as he catches the football.
I tell you what, Coach, I am totally impressed with Mill Creek's ability to tackle in the open field. That's Bryant right there making the catch. Nice gypsy doodle move, and Bryant's off to the races, and caught by Chase Turner at the 8-yard line.
Well, as soon as you said something about tackling the open field,
they miss a tackle.
They miss a tackle. But a great job again. This is something Archer started early in the game, with throwing the short passes and letting their athletes make moves and make plays in space. And if you keep doing that, you'll be successful. They kind of got away from it, took some vertical shots, and that's not the way to beat this Mill Creek defense.
Handoff right up the middle. Jamias Williams inside the 5-yard line. Meantime, Bryant now has 5 catches for 87 yards in this game.
Well, they like the matchup with him against the sophomore, and the sophomore is going to have to continue to fight.
Second down and goal. Gonna go down at the 12-yard line. The quarterback sack. Peyton Moore.
And that's what makes this Mill Creek defense special. Just when you think you've got something going, here you are. And then there they go with the pass rush and the sack and getting somebody on the ground.
Yeah, Aaron Anderson, Peyton Moore, they both got there about the same time. I guess they're going to give the sack to Aaron Anderson right there, and that will be his 7th of the season.
Again, another sack for the Mill Creek defense. They're able to continue to apply pressure. Archer's really in 4-down territory. A field goal won't do right here.
Third down, and they throw complete to Kyle Davis. No running room for him after he makes the catch as Miller and Turner team up for the tackle, and now it's going to be 4th down.
It's what we call a bang-bang play. You pitch the ball, they catch it, and as soon as the guy catches the ball, he's hit. Bang, bang. Catch and bang.
And Archer, let's see, was a timeout called, or do we have an injury timeout? We have a John Hunt, the defensive tackle for Mill Creek, is down on the ground way back at the 22-yard line. And they're looking at his right leg. So we're down to 4th down as we go down to the field and John Nelson.
All right, let's take a look at the rest of the bracket in 6A. We're going to kick it and go back up to Forsyth. Sam Outlaw, 1,000-yard rusher on the season, gets the ball, goes into the end zone, back and forth game. It is now South Forsyth with the lead again, 31-28, first play of the 4th quarter. Elsewhere, Roswell and Collins Hill are tied at 10. Westlake and Grayson back and forth. Grayson leading 28-21, 4th quarter. That's your look at 6A back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Nelly. 4th down here, Coach, and Archer obviously has to go for it. They've got to get a touchdown. What would you call here?
You got to call something when you can block those guys up front. I don't know what that is, but you got to draw something up in the dirt where you can be able to max protect and be able to give your quarterback time to get the ball to Kyle Davis.
Bearden goes up top, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Bryant, threw it behind him, and the ball's going to go over on downs.
Actually had a great play call. Again, they went at the sophomore, went to a slant route, and looked like the receiver just lost the ball. He didn't really anticipate the ball being thrown to him. I mean, he should have caught a touchdown right there. You can see it. And the receiver, didn't see the ball until late and couldn't even make a play on it. Missed opportunity, a big-time missed opportunity for Archer right there to have opportunity to kind of climb back into the football game.
Yeah, that might have been their last opportunity right there to have a shot at winning this game, and now we're down to 8.5 minutes to play, and I'm guessing that Mill Creek's going to do their best right here to grind out the clock.
Well, you just got to run the ball and run as much time as possible and try to and punt the ball away. Special teams is going to be key.
Hand off Joe Thomas. Dylan Singleton making the tackle. Singleton with 5 tackles tonight. He's committed to Duke. Going to join his brother DeAndre up there, who's already a starting junior safety for the Blue Devils.
Well, the Archer defense is just getting tired at this point. Nothing changes in terms of your game plan from the 1st quarter to the 4th quarter. Your defense that you called, the plays that you drew up to stop what they're doing offensively work perfectly. But now the fatigue is setting in and the creases are starting to be made.
2nd down and 2. Of course, a year ago, Archer made it to the state championship game where they lost to Colquitt. That's Joe Thomas on the run right there. Tackle made by Nick Blakely and by Dylan Singleton again. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, that's a great job right there. The Archer defense, again, spilling the ball. They tried to block down and kick out, running the old power O. Kicking with the fullback and bringing the guard around. A great job spilling it, and then a great job of running to the football and tackling on defense.
Now here at Mill Creek Community Stadium, they do have the play clock in the end zone, and so they can run it all the way down. There's still 9 seconds on the clock. I expect they're going to run it down another, they run it, snap it with 6 seconds. And Joe Thomas is going to lose yardage. Dylan Singleton slowed him down long enough for Isaiah Pryor to come in there and clean it up along with Frank Finch, and it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, it was a good defensive series by Archer. And Mill Creek probably should have ran a little bit more clock, but the bottom line is you ran some clock.
Yep.
You can't, try to go out here and try to run down the field and get a bunch of scores and put yourself in a bad situation with a quick interception and a touchdown. Keep the ball on the ground. Make sure you protect it. Make sure you do a great job in special teams and get out of here with a win.
So a timeout call by Archer to keep the clock from bleeding out some more. We're down to 7 minutes to play. Archer in a deep hole. Mill Creek looking to advance to the state semifinals for the first time ever, leading 23-0.
Garner from Forest Park High School sparked an interest in me to really push me in education, to be more than just a student athlete. You know, each and every day she challenged me to be a leader, a role model, and somebody positive in our community. Can never thank her enough for what all she's done for me. And there are teachers just like Miss Garner all over the state of Georgia today.
You exercise. You choose the salad, occasionally. But staying well, physically, financially, emotionally, is hard on your own. So Cigna's got your back and your knees 24/7. Cigna's there to answer your questions. Or when you need some coaching. In sickness and in health, Cigna's there, helping you to get well and stay well. That's having a partner who's with you all the way. Cigna.
7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the ballgame. Mill Creek with a 23-0 lead, and the Hawks will be punting out of their own end zone. At this point, it would take a miracle for Archer. They're not going to have enough possessions mathematically to get back in this ballgame. They're going to have to come up with some turnovers when they're on defense, and they got to score quickly when they get the ball back here.
And that's the key. The key is to see if you can turn the tides and begin to dominate special teams. You got to start turning the tides and start dominating at least 2 phases of the game. So if they can get a huge punt return, a quick score, and a score on defense, then they can have a shot.
Ball's going to hit at the 40 and bounce straight up, and so good field position here for Archer as they will take over at the Mill Creek 42-yard line, it looks like. A 36-yard kick there by Micah Bull.
Yeah, good kick. Now Archer's got some field position. Let's see what they can do with it.
Andy Dyer told us that the biggest challenge this year after his team reached the state finals last year was the mental discipline to get back this year. I don't know that it had anything to do with mental discipline tonight, just a dominating Mill Creek team.
Yeah, and I think Mill Creek has had the field position, which has been huge. You know, had Archer had the same field position, then we might be talking about a different situation. I think both defenses have played really, really well. I think that Mill Creek has made the most of their opportunities.
So Bearden has to run out of bounds at the 42-yard line. And it's 2nd down and 10. They'll wave off the flag. I immediately looked to the play clock. It wasn't even moving. So I'm not sure what the flag was about, and it apparently wasn't a penalty. So 2nd down and 10 from the 42-yard line. Now the play clock moving. Bearden goes to the air, throws complete to Davis. He dropped it.
Yep, just lost his concentration right there. You know, getting back to what they wanted to do, which is throw the short pass, give your athletes an opportunity to make a play. David just took his eyes off the football right there.
Kyle Davis, 6 catches, but for only 27 yards tonight. He had 3 catches for 19 yards on their opening possession.
Yeah, and they kind of got away from it. You know, they haven't really tried to, match him up with the sophomore. They've been kind of keeping him on the right and the other receiver on the left and not really taking the shot with him.
3rd down and 10, heavy rush. Bearden in trouble. He's going to go down way back at the 44-yard line. Another quarterback sack. Tyler Vernon with his 17th sack of the season.
Well, that's the thing about Mill Creek. When you give them an opportunity to pin their ears back and come after you, there might not be a better team in the state of Georgia. They've got defensive ends that are pass rush specialists, great get off and great with their hands, and relentless attitude to get after the quarterback.
Third sack of the night for Mill Creek. And on 4th down, Archer has to go for it. Peyton Moore jumped off sides, and so that'll give him 5 yards back.
Again, we talked about that being the best play in the Archer playbook is the hard count. I want to say that's 20 yards off the hard count tonight.
It is. But in this case, now they need 20 more just to move the sticks. It's 4th down.
Yeah, now you've got, again, an obvious passing situation. I look for Mill Creek to rush 4 and drop the rest of the guys and keep the ball in front.
Bearden throws, and it is caught by Dylan Singleton down to the 25-yard line, and a first down. How about that? The senior Singleton going up and making a play for 25 yards.
Well, that was a good lesson, for the sophomore to learn. He went up with the senior guy. He's got to go at the highest point and go get the ball. The sophomore corner was in great position, but he's got to go fight and go and get it. You just can't assume that ball is going to hit your hands. Singleton wanted that ball a little bit more.
So Singleton keeps the drive alive for Archer. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Bearden given time, throws, and nearly intercepted that time. Kawasi, the tight end, was the intended target, and Otiwu nearly got another pick.
Well, that's the thing about this Mill Creek defense. They're bend but don't break. Even when you get something positive, it's hard to come back and mount consecutive completions.
Yeah, Shannon Jarvis, that's what he told us. He told us, look, this defense has a great mentality. They forget the one play. If someone hits them with a big play, they treat the next play like it's the first play of the drive.
And that's how you have to, that's the mentality you have to have to be successful.
Bearden throws and nearly intercepted by Gibson. They were trying to get the ball that time to Jawan Powell.
And what you're seeing here is a clinic in defensive philosophy. Here's a team that's going to make you earn everything. They're going to stay in, they're going to make you keep the ball in front. They're going to pressure you with four or five guys. They're going to make you keep it in front and make your quarterback be accurate all the way down the field.
5 minutes, 33 seconds, all that separates Mill Creek from the state semifinals and a 13-0 record. On 3rd and 10, they throw to Jemias Williams. He's got to beat 2 guys out there, and he's not going to be able to do it. And that's Sean Miller and Otiwu making the tackle.
That's what we call a compression tackle, where you got a guy out in the flats, and you've got 2 guys that's got him cornered. One guy's coming from the outside, one guy coming from the inside. A great job with their feet, a great job with patience and making a compression tackle and getting the guy on the ground.
6 foot 210, projected as an outside linebacker. You like him at that size, at that position?
Oh yeah, man. He's an outstanding player. I mean, he can play a lot of things. Could probably play inside for some people. He's just a great football player.
Ball up top and batted away. Keyshawn Miller denying Kyle Davis at the 5-yard line, and the ball will go over on downs.
That's what we call high point in the football. He jumped as high as he could and deflected that ball away from the receiver. Great defense. We're seeing textbook football from the Mill Creek Hawks.
What a play by Keyshawn Miller. These cornerbacks, Miller and especially Gibson, have had great games here tonight. They've really been tested, and they have stood up in the battle.
Well, it's something we talked about early on in the game. Mill Creek's defense, although they might not have the big name guys, these guys are ultra talented. I wouldn't be surprised if majority of the Mill Creek players also go on to play major college football. They've got some talented football players.
Down to 1 on the play clock. When they snap it, they give the ball to LeConte. He gets stopped immediately by Cholo for a loss. But time running out on Archer here. Made it to the state finals last year for the first time in their brief school history. They will not make it back this year. Mill Creek instead will take a step closer to reaching the Georgia Dome.
And Mill Creek's having a magical season. They're the team this year that might not have started out on everybody's radar as being a team to beat. But like Coach Jarvis said, he knew back in January and February that he had a special team, and they worked their butts off, and something magical is happening up here.
2nd down now and 12.
Come on.
LeConte, not much doing, but Mill Creek's not concerned about yardage right now. They're more concerned with seconds. Richburg over on the bench has got a boot on his right leg. You saw him twist that ankle underneath him after he made a catch earlier in this half. Well, that'll be something that they'll have to be concerned about looking ahead to next week, because they now do have that opportunity to look ahead to the semifinals. So a timeout with 4 minutes to play. Mill Creek getting ready to punch their ticket into the Final Four.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is made possible in part by Regions Bank. It's time to expect more. Georgia's Electric Membership Corporation, lighting the way. Technical College System of Georgia, learn more, earn more. Cigna, together all the way. And viewers like you, thank you.
Today, companies in the aerospace, advanced manufacturing, and film industries need skilled workers, and the earning potential is high. Go Build Georgia can show you where the jobs are and what skills you need to get them. And the Technical College System of Georgia has fast, affordable training for these great-paying careers. Build your blueprint for success at GoBuildGeorgia.com and look to the Technical College System of Georgia to put your plan into action.
As a strong, stable bank, Regions is always looking for opportunities to boost the vitality of our communities. In addition to offering financial solutions for our customers, we are committed to supporting local initiatives and organizations that help our neighborhoods thrive. Regions is proud to be a partner with GPB in building a better Georgia.
What is by moonlight an empty field is by the magic of electricity sacred ground. As the official energy provider of the GHSA, Georgia's electric membership cooperatives proudly support our student athletes. We are there, illuminating the glory moments fans just have to see. Capturing the hustle, elevating champions, sharing the win. Georgia's EMCs, empowering our youth, lighting the way.
Welcome back. 4 minutes to go regulation. 23-0 the score here. We'll send you down to Bainbridge, and there's reason to celebrate. The best season in school history continues. St. Pius missed a 59-yard field goal with a second to go. Bainbridge holds on to beat St. Pius 18-17. They advance to the next round. They're on Cartersville watch right now. Cartersville winning big in the fourth quarter back upstairs.
Well, how about that? Congratulations to Bainbridge as they are headed to the state semifinals. Looks like Mill Creek's going to do that too here tonight. Dominating 23-0 lead on Archer down to our final 4 minutes. 3rd down and 11 coming out of the timeout for the Hawks.
They just got to continue to run the football and control the clock.
And off, and nothing doing right there for Alston as he gets thrown to the ground by Nick Blakely. And so Archer will get the ball back, but time about to run out on him. 6th tackle of the night for Nick Blakely.
Archer's got to find a way to get something positive. You know, as long as there's time left on the clock, you still got an opportunity, but it's going to take a miracle.
Down 23-0. Archer being shut out here tonight. Archer had won 22 of their last 24 games dating back to last season when they started the year 0-3 but still made it to the state finals. Their only losses in the last 24 games, a 4-point loss to Colquitt County in the state finals and a 2-point loss to Grayson in week 3 of this season. But here tonight, they have been thoroughly dominated by Mill Creek. And they'll go back on offense, perhaps for the final time this season, from their own 35-yard line. A 38-yard kick by Micah Bull right there.
Yeah, Archer's about to get something going. You know, the hard part is how you block those guys up front when they know that you have to pass the football. They haven't been able to do it all night consistently. And it's hard to believe they'll be able to do it here, but we'll see.
Could you ever imagine that Archer would have been shut out tonight? I know Mill Creek had a great defense, but to get shut out.
Yeah, Mill Creek really, I'm really impressed with them as a defense. They get after it. They do a great job of playing not only with heart and energy, but also playing with wit and intelligence.
Jamias Williams on the carry. Otiwu making that tackle again, along with Aaron Anderson. And Jamias Williams is down on the field. And he is reaching for his left leg.
Yeah, they caught him in a blitz that time and actually ran away from the blitz and got a positive gain right there.
The good news for Archer is that Jamias Williams is just a junior. He'll be back next year, the number 5 rated athlete in the entire nation for the class of 2017. Wow, he took a deep shot on that left leg. Hope it's not serious.
Yeah, you hate to see a guy go down, especially in a game that's pretty much out of hand. Trying to fight their way back to getting something going.
Yeah, that looks like a pretty significant injury right there. Yep, they're helping him off the field. Yeah, you hate to see it when you take a side shot right about that knee area and it collapses in like that. Oh my goodness. We certainly hope the best for Jamias Williams.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a sprain or something of that nature. Hopefully it's nothing significant.
So Jamias Williams gets help to the bench, and certainly we hope the best for him. Meantime, Archer facing their first shutout since the 2010 season, which was their second year of varsity football. So it's been a while. Jawan Powell with the catch, and that'll move the sticks.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. Just try to move the sticks and see if you can get something positive happen. End your season on a good note.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line. Fake and the shot down the sideline, and Powell can't run under it.
Yeah, again, good coverage, good job of the secondary players staying on top of the routes, making sure they don't give up anything deep, keep everything in front of you, continue to make tackles.
So 2nd down and 10. So Mill Creek will advance to play either Colquitt County or South Forsyth in the 4th quarter. The Packers had a 4-point lead on South Forsyth, and the home field for that game will be determined either way by a coin toss. Pass is thrown complete by Williams, or rather Davis, and he drops the ball. And did they rule that a catch and a fumble?
Yeah, they ruled a catch and a fumble. Was going to be 4th down.
Yeah, and Mill Creek was able to, or Archer was able to get back on top of that thing, and Davis is slow to get up. I think he might have gotten hurt on the play. He's kind of favoring his right shoulder, kind of walking at a tilt as he makes his way back to the sideline. And Colquitt now has a 42-31 lead on South Forsyth. Ball thrown complete to Powell, and he will not get to the sticks. Or he might have with his second effort. We'll see. They spot it just shy of the 38, and it's going to be 4th down.
Mill Creek can get a stop right here. That was pretty much in the game.
So Archer down, perhaps their final offensive play of the season right here. Made it to the Georgia Dome a year ago. Going to be stopped shy in the round of 8 here this year. That's a 1st down carry for Keegan Strickland. That'll keep things alive for a few more moments. Mill Creek will play either here against Colquitt or South Forsyth, or on the road. That'll be determined with the coin toss here in the next couple of hours. Bearden scrambling, and he's going to slide down at the 36.
Stayed in bounds. Clock continues to run.
Shannon Jarvis, 13-0 here with Mill Creek, the greatest season in this young program's history. This is just the 12th year of football here at Mill Creek. First time ever they've gone undefeated in the regular season, and now they're headed to the state semifinals for the first time ever.
And that should just about do it.
We'll see if Archer runs one more play. And Bearden, under a rush, will throw and complete to the far side, and that will be the final play of this ball game. Mill Creek with a 23-0 shutout of the Archer Tigers. And the Hawks now 13-0 for the first time in school history, and heading to the state semifinals for the first year in school history. And I take you back to the original question I asked you when we started this game, Coach Lamar, and that is, how do you score on Mill Creek?
Hey, it's going to be tough. Someone's going to have to win the special teams battle. Someone's also going to have to, win the field position battle. It's going to take a lot of things to beat this Mill Creek defense. And they've got players. That's one thing you can see. They got players at every position. They've got defensive linemen that can get after you. They got linebackers that are fast and physical. And they've got a secondary that plays their role. So it's going to be tough to beat these guys.
Well, follow GPB Sports on social media, Twitter, and Facebook. We'll be announcing in the next 24 hours what game we will be televising in the state semifinals next Friday night. Mill Creek is going to the state semifinals as they beat Archer 23-0. Coach, good working with you.
It's been fun.
All right, for Coach Brian Lamar, I'm Matt Stewart. We'll see you next Friday night. Down to the field and John Nelson.
All right, guys, down here on the field. A lot of times in my business, they don't want to hear the question, how does it feel? Uncharted territory, so how does it feel?
It feels great. I'm just so proud of our defense tonight. They played relentless from the first play all the way through the rest of the game. And in the second half, we really offensively got conservative to win the ball game. We wanted to be able to run clock because our defense was playing so well. So it feels great. It's not so much the magnitude of going to the semis or whatever. It's just we've got a team playing very well right now, and that's what we're the proudest of. You want to peak at the right time of year, and this is a great team we played tonight. Archer's got a great team. They're well coached with great players, and I'm just so proud of our players in the way they fought, and they're hungry, and our kids want this, and that's half the battle sometimes, and that's what our kids have done a great job. We're going to find out where we are injury-wise, and then we're going to get ready to play next week, whoever it is.
Now, if we turn to our left and we look at that scoreboard, 23-0. If I told you it was going to be 23-0, what would you have said?
Honestly, I'd have believed it at this point with the way Coach Stewart and that defensive staff works and those kids play hard. There's nothing they do now that surprises us, And early in the year, we just didn't know how all the pieces would fit together as far as defensive play. But right now, every time we play, we're ready to get after somebody. And we don't really get too caught up in who our opponent is. What we focus on is our speed of play and being relentless to the football. And our kids have bought into that, and that's easily seen out here tonight.
And I know you got some dings to kind of think through. You'll take a day to celebrate. But when you look at where this program has started from, and I mean day one started from, to now, what runs through your mind?
Really nothing. I don't even think about that right now. Honestly, I just want to get to the film of our next opponent. That's for after the season. I just want to focus in for our kids and give them the best opportunity to make plays and play. So, that's a deep conversation for later. We want to keep winning football games right now.
Okay, no more deep conversations. The other game we don't know yet. It might be Colquitt and South Forsyth. They're still going at it fourth quarter. Go celebrate for now.
Yes, sir. Thank you, John.
Thank you. Post-game show starts right now. We'll have players in a sec.
Thank you, John. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to the Football Fridays in Georgia post-game show. Tonight, it was the Mill Creek Hawks punching their tickets into the semifinals. I'm Mark Harmon.
And I'm Jackie Britton, and this was the 6th shutout this season for Mill Creek, coming into this with 5 so far. Obviously, that defense absolutely relentless, as Coach said.
Boy, Archer was loaded offensively, but Mill Creek just really turned it up and didn't allow him in the end zone, anywhere near the end zone.
I know, man. Those bookends on the defensive line really held them all together.
All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from tonight's game. First quarter, it was Mill Creek finding the end zone. It was quarterback Cameron Turley going to Daniel LeConte. LeConte right into your living room, 7-0. Mill Creek on top, and that was the only points they would actually need. Benton King, he kicked 3 field goals tonight for the Hawks. This one from 41 yards made it 10-0. And from that point on, it was the Mill Creek defense, just outstanding. Sidney Odowu with the interception here. The entire Mill Creek defense played outstanding today, and they throw the shutout as Mill Creek wins it tonight, 23-0. And now let's check in with John Nelson. He's standing by with a couple of the stars of tonight's game for the Hawks.
You're good. All right, guys, this is what happens when we're doing live TV. We give out the terrible towels to the defensive guys. We're giving defensive guys a little love. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go 1 and then 1, 1, 1, 1. That's how we're going to do this. Okay, I have to ask. The pick and the pick 6. Go through the play for me, and then at the end of the play, you're getting dragged, and it was one of the best pieces of video we've seen all year. Go through the pick for me.
I saw the screen coming and I just bailed back and caught it, and then I got a block from my linebacker. It might have been illegal, but they didn't call it, and he just grabbed my legs, and I wasn't going to be denied. I wanted that touchdown.
Yes, that is accurate. You were not going to be denied. Okay, let's talk about that defensive effort tonight. What was the film room like? What did you see all week? What was the week of study like getting ready for this bunch?
Well, we knew we had a good matchup going in. We knew we could guard everybody they could throw at us, so we just knew that we had to dial in all week, and we had to stay focused so that we could get this dub.
All right, we're going to come back over here to the other side. You knew about the coaches, and they're all friends and all this kind of stuff, and how you guys, I mean, you're only 20 minutes apart, but it's all friends, but when you get out here, it's different.
Right,
what was it like being the same for another week, going to a place you'd never been, but it being a little different with all the friendships?
Yeah, I mean, it was different, definitely. He told us, I think, Thursday that they're friends in the offseason, but this week all communication had stopped. But we had a great week of practice, and you can tell by that scoreboard we were ready to go.
All right, Peyton, hang out here for just a second. One more question. Look to your left, past your head coach, and you see the scoreboard. It says 23-0. I asked the coach this question. I'm going to ask you.
Right.
You look at that scoreboard. It says 23-0. If I had told you that was what the score was going to be, what would you have said?
I believe it. I mean, our defense we had faith in them all year. You know, my D-line's amazing. DB's great. I mean, it's just.
So Peyton, of course, is chiming in over our shoulder.
Hey, that's my boy. You know, we just working, and then we got the dub always. So that's how we do it.
And that is how you do it. Stout defensive effort tonight. Let's send it over to the set. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. So all night long we've been talking social media. You guys have been chiming in from all over the country. So let's get to a few of the tweets that we've had so far on Twitter. Jason was watching tonight, says, glad to be with my family inside watching Jameis Williams play on GPB Sports. And you can see they've already got the holiday season here with the Christmas tree. That's a nice little touch there. Okay. Then we have this person is watching in New Jersey saying, go Tigers. Okay, that's pretty far. Then we have Terry Phillips saying, my son and I watching Georgia high school football from Indianapolis. Okay, I like that. We've got people from all over the country today. Then we have Glenn saying he's watching in California on the iPhone 4. Props to you. I like that. But the winner is going to go to David, who is watching all the way in San Francisco. That's 2,500 miles away from here. David, you are our winner tonight. Thank you guys for tweeting us at GPB Sports on Facebook and on Twitter. Keep the conversation going here as we continue in the postgame. Also, don't forget to download the GPB Sports app. It's free in the App Store. If you go into the App Store, type in GPB Sports, gives you up-to-the-date scores from around the state of Georgia, which, of course, is crucial as we get closer and closer to the state championships in the Georgia Dome in December. Now, let's go to the play of the game. You just saw it, but this one's going to go to Mill Creek's defense. I mentioned earlier they had 8 defensive touchdowns so far this season. Well, this makes it 9. Peyton Moore coming up with a beautiful interception that they'll turn into 6 points. Incredible instincts there and awareness to snatch the ball, run it back, being dragged down there. You can see the defender holding on to his jersey. Look at that. Runs, finds it, goes all the way in, grabs him on the end, but he's going to fight and find the hole to get to the end zone. And that is your GPB play of the game. Sorry.
Well, all right, I will. Time now to check out some scores on our Georgia EMC scoreboard. We've got some blowouts. We've got some overtime games. We've got some upsets to show you. Let's start right at the top. Colquitt County, top-ranked, undefeated, the defending champs in Class 6A, having all they can have with South Forsyth right now. It is 42-31, Colquitt County in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Grayson, also undefeated, leading Westlake by a touchdown. Late fourth quarter, 35-28. It is Roswell, likewise unbeaten in Class 6A, leading Collins Hill 17-10 in the fourth quarter. It is Allatoona in Class 5A, leading Houston County 45-34 in the fourth. Now some finals. Northgate over Kell 34-21. Ware County, the Gators over Drew 46-21. It is Glenn Academy knocking off Stockbridge, previously unbeaten, 24-21 in Class 5A. It's Woodward Academy in 4A, still unbeaten, 42-14 over the War Eagles of Marist. It is Buford, the defending champs in Class 4A, beating Thompson tonight 49-7. Bainbridge undefeated, Nip St. Pius 18-17. It is Cartersville, top ranked in 4A. They are unbeaten, leading Jonesboro 38-14 late in that game. Elbert County and Calhoun right now 27-27 in triple overtime. Wait a minute, it's updated, 33-30 in triple overtime. Calhoun remains unbeaten and top ranked in Class 3A. It's Fitzgerald over Benedictine 54-28, and Commerce over Marion County 20-7. We're going to have more scores, more brackets coming your way with our maestro of matchups, John Nelson, in just a minute. Stay with us. Don't touch that dial.
It has certainly been an action-packed night here, so let's take a quick pit stop in this special Road to the Dome edition with Georgia Traveler host David Zelski. He visits a place near the Dome that will be a nice reward for the top 14 teams that make it to the championship, or just anytime you're in downtown Atlanta.
As we move deeper into the high school football playoffs, the competition gets fiercer and the teams get hungrier. In fact, everyone gets hungrier from the bands to the fans. So we're continuing to highlight a few restaurants close to the Dome for those fortunate few that make it to a state championship, or really, just for anyone with an appetite.
If you're looking for a place that adheres to the traditional ideas of a pub as the friendly focal point of a community, there's an old red building in Castleberry Hill that fits the bill. Much like other storied neighborhood spots, you can always count on seeing familiar faces, getting a great sandwich, and being steps away from the sights. Welcome to Elliott Street Deli and Pub.
Pete, Elliott Street Pub, just a few steps from the Dome. I mean, you can see Phillips Arena right there. Dome's around the corner. Right. Tell me how special this place is.
It was a small little abandoned building that we took and rebuilt completely. We live upstairs, got a cool little bar downstairs and a music venue in the basement. And we're just making great sandwiches and having a good time for football and everything else that goes on around the area.
You know, fun neighborhood atmosphere. Is that what you try to bring here?
Absolutely. It's a very close-knit neighborhood. We do chili cook-offs for the fire department, art strolls, and loft tours, and really, really amazing art events that we do. All kinds of great stuff.
That sounds good to me. What else sounds good is I look at that menu and see these sandwiches, and I have some very high hopes because I've heard about the Elliott Street Pub sandwiches. What do you think we should make today?
I think we're going to make a Mad Italian and maybe a buffalo chicken salad.
So we piled into Pete's Kitchen where everything is within easy reach. And he showed me how he combines a few high-quality ingredients into a delicious final product.
The Mad Italian.
The Mad Italian.
All right, and I'm liking this already. Do you mind if I take this Mad Italian out to your awesome back porch?
Please do. I'd be upset if you didn't.
All right. Oh, yeah.
But before I could make it to the patio...
This is pretty cool. I just ran into Mike. Mike, you kind of like these sandwiches, don't you?
Well, there was one period where I had a particular sandwich called the Ultimate, 140 days that I was here in a row.
Really?
Yes.
140, and you look great.
I mean, consistent. You can't find consistency in your life everywhere.
Look at that. I can't wait. I can't wait any longer. Oh, that's good. Oh, more.
Inspired by Mike, I decided not to take my sandwiches to go, instead sampling as much of the menu as I could, knowing I could always make kickoff if I ever got out the door. Check out more Georgia Traveler Thursdays on GPB.
Boy, that looked like a yummy place to go for the championships here in a couple of weeks. Let's check in with John Nelson now, who's got the 6A bracket lined up and ready to go for us. John, what's going on at this nanosecond?
All right, it's going to be 6A, 5A with a bit of a special twist at the end of the 5A segment. So let's take a look at what is going on in 6A. We know 3 of the 4, and we'll start in the upper left. Roswell survives tonight, 17-10. They beat Collins Hill, so Roswell, as the 1, comes through, knocking out Parkview, putting up 60. Then they beat Camden County last week on GPB. Then they beat Collins Hill, surviving this week. So Roswell advances to the semifinals. Ina G, if you would, slide it up, and we'll come to the low left as you're following along and filling out your brackets. And we can put Grayson through. This game was back and forth for a while. Grayson distanced themselves out in the fourth quarter. So Grayson and Westlake, Grayson gets the Duke, so Grayson makes their way into the semifinals. Now, let's go low right and show folks what's going on here. And this is our game. So we know that Mill Creek advanced here. So Mill Creek, once again, is the 1 seed, working their way all the way through. First ever semifinal for the team. So now let's go to the upper right and update things as we go. It was 49-31 with a minute to go. We'll go ahead and advance Colquitt County. So Colquitt County survives at South Forsyth. So as we pull it out, here's what 6A is going to look like. Here's the end of the game. We're going to kick it and go to South Forsyth. There it is. There's your celebration and your handshakes. You got to love breaking bracketology, right, Mark Harmon? South Forsyth and Colquitt County. There's the win right there. Colquitt County, the number 3 team in the country, survives to play in the semifinals next week. And so let's look at the bracket and show you what it is. Roswell and Grayson on the left, Colquitt and Mill Creek on the right. So you have 1-1. This is a coin flip here. 1-1, a coin flip here. So we're going to have 2 of the virtual coin flips. Tommy Whittle at the GHSA office in Thomaston will have a coin at a desk on a conference call unless they opt to do it themselves in person. So here's your final 4 in 6A. So big surprises in 6A? Not necessarily. You had a lot of the contenders working their way through, but just how tight. And Coach Brian Lamar made this point when we were talking during the broadcast about how some of the best games, and Matt Stewart as well, some of the best games really are in this particular round of the playoffs. So let's take a look at 5A and show you what we're looking at here. Allatoona and Houston County here in the upper left. And we're going to go to Allatoona and Houston County. We're going to go to Buccaneer Stadium, kick it one more time with this particular matchup. It was 52-47. This was 52-35 at one point, and Houston County scored to make it 52-41. It's now 52-47, and this game still has some legs to it, so we're going to keep an eye on this game as we go here in 5A. So back to the bracket, and we'll let you know what's going on. Let's go down low left. Northgate and Kell. And we advance Northgate. Tommy Walburn, great year for Northgate as they worked their way through. They won the coin flip. They got the home game as the 2 seed. So Northgate makes their way to a semifinal. They will play the survivor of Houston County and Allatoona up at Buccaneer Stadium. Now, let's go up here to the upper right and show you the survivor here. It is Ware County. Ware County had a bit of a tussle early on with Drew, who made their way through as a 4 seed. Ware County wins tonight, so Ware County advances to another semifinal. Franklin Stevens and the Gators, they know the pedigree. They know what it means to be in a game 13. So let's go low right and see who Ware County gets. They get Glenn Academy, and here is a very special ending that Glenn Academy had to advance to work their way to Stockbridge, and we go to social media to do it. Trent Smallwood and the beauty of Vine videos. It was a field goal, and this is what happens with wireless communication, but it was a field goal that with 14 seconds to go. So Glenn Academy, with 14 seconds to go in regulation, gets the field goal for the 24-21 win. They get the Duke, and that is how Glenn Academy advances to play Ware County. Big Region 3 matchup in the semifinals. So that's your look at 6 and 5. We come back next time. It's Ina, Jimmy, and Stosh, and we'll let you know about 4 and 3A as we come back.
Coach Rocky Adago there at Glenn Academy. He was at Walton for a long time, and now he's got him back into the semifinals, doing a good job there.
Absolutely. A lot of teams. I mean, Colquitt County, man, little shaky there for a little bit. The score wouldn't indicate that, but we were kind of keeping an eye on it all night long. South Forsyth making a run for it for sure.
Yep, Rush Post back in the semifinals. Well, coming up on Football Fridays in Georgia post-game show, we'll have more scores, more bracketology, and more social media from around the great state of Georgia.
And we'll also have more adventures when we go on more adventures with the Georgia Traveler crew. It's all coming up next on the GPB Football Fridays in Georgia post-game show. Stay with us.
This is all I can take. This is how a heart breaks. You take a hit now, you feel it break down, make you stay wide awake. This is how a heart.
Welcome back to Chance of a Lifetime. It's the final stage of the game, and it's also time for Jane to choose a door. Help her out. What door should she pick? All right, so Jane, which door did you choose?
I think I'm going to go with door number 2.
Door number... Oh, wait a minute. It looks like it says right here that you never graduated high school, so none of these doors are available to you. That's it for Chance of a Lifetime. We'll see you next time.
Oh, man. Your donation helps us continue a long legacy of quality television, radio, and educational content. It also teaches those most important to you the gift of giving. Call 877-472-1227 for more information or visit gpb.org/donate.
Each week, GPB brings you the latest in high school sports.
Hi again, everybody.
But we want to hear what you have to say. Tell us what's going on with your team. Share your favorite moments. Post your own pictures and videos. And let everyone know why your team will go all the way.
This is the best you've ever seen. You haven't seen a game until you've been to one of the games.
Just log on and like us on Facebook, where you can post comments, pictures, and videos to earn your own team bragging rights. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, too.
Welcome back to the GPB post-game show on Football Fridays in Georgia. We're live at Markham Field at Mill Creek Community Stadium. The fans, the buses, everybody heading home as the Hawks have advanced to the semifinals, knocking off the Archer Tigers by a final score tonight of 23-0. Let's check in now with Jackie, who may fire up the Twitter machine one more time.
I know. Everybody's heading home. I'm surprised no one's kicked us out yet. But, yeah, we're going to talk about...
They will.
I know. It always comes down to that time. Let's talk a little social media. Tonight, you guys have been awesome chiming in with us on Twitter, Facebook, at GPB Sports. Also, I want to remind you that we are on Snapchat now, so you can see all the behind-the-scenes action happening here on set and at the game. And don't forget to download the GPB Sports app in the App Store. It's completely free. So let's get to a few tweets from some fans who were watching earlier today. This one comes from Brandon, watching 2 of the 4 games in 6A tonight on GPB Sports on the big screen and the NFHS network on the laptop. That is dedication. I love that. All right, and then we have, oh, look at this little fan watching Coach Wilders in San Antonio, watching with a new fan. I like that. You're starting them really young, getting them into football. I love it. And then we have 98 Dirty Bird says, Coach Lamar is very seasoned calling this game, very impressed. Hashtag we are Tucker. I will agree with you. Awesome having Coach Lamar here as part of our crew tonight. That was a lot of fun. And then this one, you're looking at your executive producer of Football Fridays in Georgia. That's Bob Brienza there, giving us a thumbs up there during the pregame show with our Signet interview with Rich Novak. So there you go. Talk about family and Thanksgiving. He is in New York, so he is watching from miles and miles away as well. So there you go. The whole family, we're all sort of together this Thanksgiving weekend.
But he couldn't win the big prize, right?
No, I know. That makes me really happy to say that Bob does not win the prize. He's not the furthest away tonight, believe it or not.
All right. Well, one of my favorite things about Friday Night Football is listening to all the great music. The bands do a terrific job, brought to you by Regions Bank. And recently, Georgia Traveler host Phil Proctor learned a lot about the music business in Athens.
Known as the classic city of the South, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, diverse in food and culture, and you can't forget about the music. This is Athens, Georgia. The New York Times called Athens Live Music Central. Artists such as the B-52s, REM, and Widespread Panic aided in putting this music town on the map. To learn how all of this came about, I take the Athens Music History Walking Tour. Our first stop, the Athens Welcome Center, where I met up with Paul, my tour guide.
Paul, my man. Hello, how you doing?
Man, I'm wonderful. How you doing?
Good. Welcome to the Athens Welcome Center.
So you do a tour here for people to kind of get an idea what's going on?
Yes, we've created the Athens Music History Tour here in Athens, and it explores Athens music history from the 1801, the founding of the city, all the way to the current day.
Well, guess what?
What?
I'm ready for the tour.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm ready to give it.
Oh, I love it, man. East Washington and North Jackson Street is where gospel composer J.B. Vaughn's career took off.
In 1904, the newspapers were all abuzz in Athens because one of the best gospel music composers in the state was moving to Athens. So he also founded what was called the Northeast Georgia Singing Convention. The Singing Convention met for many years, and during the 30s and 40s, it actually met down the street here at the Linden House.
Just a few blocks up the street, now currently the Copper Creek Brewing Company, is where Widespread Panic was the house band at a place called the Uptown Lounge.
Well, in 1983, a club opened at this location known as the Uptown Lounge. And Widespread Panic was the house band for the Uptown Lounge for several years, where they honed their chops and established their sound. They went on to become one of the more popular bands from Athens at this time. In 1997, they actually had a album release party in Athens that was held on this street. They set up a stage at the end of the block here, and there were over 100,000 people who had come to Athens to see this show. Okay, here we are coming up to the Morton Building. The Morton Building was built in 1910 by Monroe Pink Morton, a local African-American businessman. He built this building in this location because at the time, this area of Athens was known as Hot Corner, and it was the central of African-American business and social community. The building contains a theater, and it was one of the few African-American owned vaudeville theaters at the time.
Our next stop is the historic Georgia Theater. Now, this building has been in Athens since 1889, and you wouldn't believe what it was originally.
The Georgia Theater was originally built as the Athens YMCA. After it was the YMCA, it became a movie theater throughout the 1940s, 50s, and into the 60s. In the late 70s, a couple of guys were walking by and said, wow, this would make a great club. Let's open it up. So they rented it out and opened it up as a music venue.
In 2009, the Georgia Theater was severely damaged in a fire, but in 2011 was newly renovated into a concert venue with an open full bar roof area known as the Rooftop. The 40 Watt Club has a lot of history. Originally created as a rehearsal space for the band Pylon, it is now a famous iconic music venue. The name 40 Watt came about because of a single bulb that hung from the ceiling. The club has made waves in several locations over the years, but the tour takes us to its current location on West Washington Street. All right, now that I completed my tour, it's time for me to go and enjoy the music. So the next time you're in Athens, rock out to the history and music of this great city.
You know, last week you sang a little Adele for us.
I did.
A
Are you
little
regretting
Adele.
that? A little Adele. I've got plenty more where that came from.
Well,
but that
we
looks
can
like
hardly
a lot
wait.
Of fun. I've been to Athens several times, but I've never been there.
That's great.
I know. Looks like a place I should check out. All right, so now we're going to send things over to John Nelson, who's going to break down the 4A and 3A
Thankfully,
brackets
it was
for
just
us.
a little Adele.
Hey, you know what? You hush over there. I can get out of my seat any minute.
I sing both kinds of music, country and western. My range isn't what it used to be. Okay, it is time to hook up once again with Stosh and Ina G, the bracket queen, and we will run through 4A and 3A for you tonight. We will start upper left in Quad A. And the last time these two teams played, Woodward Academy and Marist, was 1995. Woodward won by 2. Big win tonight for Woodward Academy. Big night for Elijah Holyfield. So Woodward Academy advances as the 1 seed, knocking off North Oconee Spalding and Marist for the first time they meet in 20 years. Ina, if you would, slide it. And we'll come down to the low corner. It is Buford once again. So Woodward Academy in Buford will be your semifinal on the left-hand side. Buford, no problems with Fayette County, Worth County, and going to the Brickyard tonight and knocking off the Thompson Bulldogs. Long road trip, but a big win for Jess Simpson and the Buford Wolves. Now, let's go on the right-hand side of the bracket and show you what happened there. Bainbridge, you saw the celebration on Football Fridays. Bainbridge holds off St. Pius. St. Pius missed a 59-yard field goal with 1.4 seconds left. So Bainbridge continues their run, the best run they've had as a team in the entire program history dating back 100 years. So who is the fourth member? And we slide it down and we will fill in Cartersville. Cartersville with the big win tonight over Jonesboro, the Purple Hurricanes. Trevor Lawrence, one of the most sought-after quarterbacks in the country, and he is only a sophomore. They win 38-14. So Cartersville as a 1, Bainbridge as a 1. Go ahead and slide it all out, and we'll show everybody what we're looking at here in Quad A. In Quad A, 7 of the 8 teams coming into tonight were region champs. They were 1 seeds. So what do we have tonight? We have a 1 seed in Woodward. We have a 1 seed in Buford. We have a 1 seed in Cartersville. We have a 1 seed in Bainbridge. So 4 number 1s in Quad A. And this, once again, we talk about chalk and we talk about favorites, and you look at how Quad A has developed. Quad A, you had a lot of the teams and a lot of the folks that we had anticipated coming in. Elijah Holyfield getting healthy. We saw him on Football Fridays up against Sandy Creek, and that solidified that region championship. Buford, perennial power, losing to McEachern, but they blew through their region, no problem. St. Pius and Bainbridge. Bainbridge, once again, having their best season ever in their school's history. And the number 4 team, Cartersville, Forrestal, and Lawrence. That is the pitch and catch combination that we're going to be paying attention to for the Purple Hurricanes in Weinman Stadium. So let's go to AAA and let you see what happened here. Upper left, it was Westminster and Adairsville. And we'll start up here in the upper left-hand part of the bracket. Westminster put up over 50 points tonight. Great season for Adairsville coming out of Region 2 as the 2 seed coming from behind Calhoun. We'll let you know on Calhoun's night in just a second. But Westminster and Jerry Romberg make their way through as a 3 seed. The lowest seed we've talked about so far tonight. They've made it all the way through to the semifinals. So go ahead and slide it down. And who does Westminster go on the road to play? Cedar Grove. We've talked about Cedar Grove. Cedar Grove had a big night tonight, knocking off Westside Macon as a 4 seed and Shed Risper's bunch. Cedar Grove, remember, in Blessed Trinity's game, the last game of the regular season, they tied. Whether they called it, no overtime. It was a game that was tied. So they had a coin flip. Cedar Grove won the toss and elected to be the 2 seed. And now you see the fruits of winning that coin flip and electing to be the 2. They now get a home game next week against the folks in the upper right and the upper left-hand corner, Westminster. So Westminster and Cedar Grove next week. So we're going to fill out this one. What happened here? You heard it from Mark Herman. Went into triple overtime this year, and we can fill in Calhoun. The defending champs knock off Elbert County. They won by 2 in the quarterfinals last year. Took them to triple overtime this year at the Reeve. So a great career for Nicole Hardman and Elbert County. Great season for the Devils, but they lose again to Calhoun, again in the quarterfinals. Who does Calhoun get next week? Let's find out and slide it down. The answer is Blessed Trinity. Blessed Trinity, the 1 seed. We talked about that coin flip with Cedar Grove. They got the 1. They made it through Dawson County tonight. Great season for the Tigers and their head coach, Sid Maxwell. So Blessed Trinity makes their way through as a 1 seed. So Ena G, slide it all out, and let's show folks AAA and see what happens. Westminster, Cedar Grove, a 3 and a 2. So Westminster travels to DeKalb County next week. Calhoun and Blessed Trinity, the heavyweights on the right-hand side. That will be a coin flip, either virtual or in person, with Coach Lamb and Coach McFarland. So that is AAA. Next time when we come back, we'll let you know what's going on in AA and Single A public and private. Some surprises there as well as we go into the lower classifications. Remember, download the GPB Sports app. Go to the App Store. Download it. It's free. You get to follow along with what's going on in all of these brackets and all these classifications. We'll come back with 2 and 1 next time around.
At the end of the night, just 28 teams are going to remain a Final 4 in the 7 classifications.
I can't believe it. It's unreal. I can't believe we've already come this far and that we're talking about the state championship games in a few weeks in the Georgia Dome.
Just a couple of weeks away. Well, coming up on the post-game show here on GPB, we will check out those 2A and 1A brackets.
And more brackets. That's pretty much what we've got left for you in the post-game show. Don't go anywhere.
I wasn't very interested in what was going on in the classroom. I even considered dropping out. Did you know that high school dropouts commit about 75% of crimes? And they make $250,000 less than graduates in their lifetime? If you're struggling, find someone to talk to. That's what I did. And I graduated high school. And that is a decision that I will never regret.
Hey, what's up, Traveler family? Guess what? I'm in Statesboro today. I'm at the Big Show Burger.
Big Show Burgers actually came here by accident, and we decided to actually go after a broader market, and we have been packed for lunch and dinner ever since we've opened.
That's the real deal. Oh yeah.
He is so right.
Right out, we cook it up, we serve it. It's just fresh, it's simple, nothing's overdone. The Alumni Burger is probably our most popular burger.
It's grilled cheeses.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, there's no bun. It's grilled cheeses as your bun.
Caramelized onions, bacon, more cheese, pickles, Dijonnaise sauce, and finally, it was time to taste.
Okay. I can't say nothing else. It's flavorful.
Oh, it's pretty delicious.
Nice and moist.
Be careful, it'll get
juicy.
you full real quick.
Oh, and you know, basically grilled cheese sandwich along with a hamburger. You can't beat that.
We make things fresh, from scratch. We just focus on the basics, and we try to execute that consistently each and every day.
Big burgers, big taste. A fitting combination at Statesboro's own Big Show's Burgers.
Check out more Georgia Traveler Thursdays on GPB.
Welcome back to GPB's post-game show, coming to you live from Mill Creek High School, where the Hawks have just punched their ticket to the semifinals, defeating Archer tonight 23-0.
So with that, let's check in with John Nelson for a final bracket update in double and single A. John, what's going on?
All right, here's where we really do it on the fly. Here's your breaking bracketology. All right, in a double A, let's go upper left. And we'll have all of the minions helping us out in getting single A done so we can get this in under the wire. All right, Fitzgerald, the Purple Hurricane, probably the biggest upset of the night, knocking off Benedictine, the defending AA champs. They're done for the season, the Cadets. The Purple Hurricane, Jason Strickland, go on the road, put up over 50 points. So as the 2 seed, they go through knocking off the defending champs. And they get the winner of Rabun and Jefferson County, and that is Jefferson County. Jeffco going to a place they've never been before. The semifinals. So Jeffco plays Fitzgerald next week. So Fitzgerald travels to Louisville. That is the left-hand side of your bracket, the 2 and the 1. Here on the rest of the bracket, go ahead and go all the way up upper right. GAC knocks off Brooks County tonight just down the road in Norcross. So Greater Atlanta Christian, your runner-up last year in AA as the 1 seed comes through. Ina, if you would slide it up. Who do they get? They get Pace Academy, the 4 seed, works their way through. Andrew Riley, our Spielberg here on the staff, is happy that Pace Academy, the Knights, have made their way through as a 4. So Pace Academy is going to have to do it on the road again. Go ahead and slide it all out. Recap AA quickly. Fitzgerald, big win on the road at Benedictine. They go to Louisville to play Jefferson County. GAC will host Pace Academy next week. That is your semifinal. So AA. The biggest shock on the board tonight, obviously, is that the defending champ is now gone. But Fitzgerald, they've had a steady running attack the entire year. J.D. King, one of the biggest names in the state that's done a tremendous amount of work for the Purple Hurricane. So big ups to Jason Strickland and Fitzgerald tonight, the folks down in Ben Hill County. And it is time now for Single A. Time to go through Single A and let you know who won. We're going to start on the private side. And this was a big matchup here. Prince Avenue Christian knocking off Savannah Christian. So PAC goes through. Jeff Herron had on his list of to-do this year to beat a team in Savannah. He didn't have to worry about it because Savannah came to Prince Avenue. So PAC advances, and they will play Eagles Landing Christian. The rematch of last year's championship game in Single A private goes to Eagles Landing Christian tonight. It was a big margin of victory for Jonathan Guess and the Chargers. So, big matchup here, 1 versus 4, Prince Avenue and Eagles Landing. That one is in Bogart. Now, let's go to the bottom half of the bracket. Aquinas and Christian Heritage, they were in a big fight in Augusta tonight. Aquinas works their way through. The Irish and James Leonard work their way in as the 3 seed. and they get the winner of Stratford and Pinecrest Academy. Stratford Academy works their way through as the 10. So Stratford Academy works their way past Pinecrest Academy, who had one of their better seasons as the 2 seed. So a 10 works its way through to play the 3. So go ahead and pull it out. And let's take a look at it. Here's what your semifinals look like. Prince Avenue Christian, Eagles Landing in Bogart, and Aquinas will host Stratford Academy, who travels from Macon to the home of the Irish. That is private. So private, big surprise. The match of the night was that 4-5, Mount Perrin Christian and Eagles Landing Christian. Eagles Landing Christian getting a bit of revenge for losing in the championship game last year in single A private. So the 5 knocks off the 4. They advance. Now let's go to the public side. Coming into tonight, Marion County was the 1. They played Commerce. Commerce gets the win, so the 9 team goes through. Marion County had to do it without the running of Lorenzo Smothers. He had a fractured rib, and they weren't going to take any chances with him because it was high in his rib cage. And Commerce gets clinched, so Commerce has to go on the road again. They had 300 miles last week going to Folkestone. This week they don't go quite as far to Buena Vista, and it's another 300 next week as they play Clinch County at Don Tyson Field in Homerville. So slide it on up. And let's find out the bottom of the bracket. Irwin County was one of the first precincts reporting tonight. Irwin County, the folks in Osceola, working their way through. They lost in the championship game to Hawkinsville last year, and they get ECI, Chris Kierson, and the Bulldogs. The folks from Twin City, Graymont Summit, get their way through as the 2. So go ahead and pull it out, and let's show you what's going on with single A public. Commerce knocking off Marion County. Big loss tonight. Big win, though, for Commerce. They go to clinch, so the 9 works its way through to play the 5 seed, so a 5 and a 9 here. 5 plays 9. Irwin County, last year's runner-up to Hawkinsville, as the 3 seed. And this is their game right here. Irwin County and ECI in Graymont Summit in Twin Cities. So go to the website, gpb.org/sports. Download the app at the App Store. Follow along on all the brackets. Ena G, the bracket queen, Stash, and I are going to catch our breath, and we will see you in a bit.
John, excellent job. You ready for the semifinals?
I can't believe it. Yeah, absolutely. It's time to go.
All right, that wraps up tonight's quarterfinal action as Mill Creek advances to the Final Four, beating Archer tonight.
And just a final 4 teams remain in each classification as we continue the road to the Dome.
The GPB sports team now heads into the GPB sports bunker. We're going to come up with a great game, a great semifinal game for you for next week.
And trust us, as soon as we know what the game is, you will know. If you just have to check our GPB sports page and also go to gpb.org/sports, and we will have that posted as soon as we know where we'll be next Friday.
All right, so for all of us here at GPB Sports, thanks for watching. We will see you again next Friday night at 7 p.m. from some fantastic semifinal game. So until then, have a great week.
And
so long, everybody.